following is a special presentation of Digital Horizons, the leader in sports highlights entertainment.
Professional wrestling.
Of course the word got back. He just said, he told the agents.
Michael the Bomber Facade, the opposition, here this month for Bubba the Bulldog. Young kid, only in his first few months as an active professional wrestler. He's got a big hill to climb here with the decade-plus-year veteran of Bubba the Bulldog, a man whose accomplishment, while there's not a lot of titles in his recent history, there's a lot of broken bodies and ended careers. Michael Facade, the suburban terrorist. What do you know about that, Maverick?
I mean, in this day and age, do we really want a terrorist in IWC with us? I mean, times being what they are, Homeland Security being what it is, I don't know that I approve. I for one hope Bubba sends this ruffian back where he belongs.
Where's that?
I don't know. Where do the suburban terrorists? The suburbs, I guess.
Suburbia. Collar elbow tie-up, side headlock by Bubba the Bulldog. Bubba has a very basic but effective style. And if I'm Kurt Angle, I'm certainly
that was a basic but effective shoulder tackle right there.
A little weary about this blast from the past here, or at least from Angle's past. Angle's focused on mixed martial arts. He's focused on Samoa Joe. He's focused on TNA. But out of nowhere, Bubba the Bulldog, you got to believe that Bubba the Bulldog may be trying to make a reputation for himself at the expense of Kurt Angle.
What kind of propaganda is this, Joe? I mean, like, have you talked to Kurt Angle?
No, I have not.
But you've talked to Bubba. So all we can do is take the man's word for it. Angle is ducking Bubba.
Well,
I have no information to the contrary.
When you're Kurt Angle, you got a busy schedule. But be that as it may, Bubba the Bulldog
has a busy schedule. He's a radio personality, world-renowned professional wrestler.
That's true, but Bubba the Bulldog ended the career of Kurt Angle's brother, Eric Angle, some 4 years ago here in IWC. Let's not forget that. Bubba the Bulldog drove the franchise Shane Douglas out of IWC. He drove Jimmy Vegas out of full-time competition in professional wrestling.
Right.
Bubba the Bulldog has that effect on people, and Kurt Angle is apparently the next on his hopeful victims list, but is Bubba biting off a little more than he can chew here? Is he being just a little bit too unrealistic, calling out Kurt Angle? I mean,
okay, as you just mentioned, Bubba destroyed Kurt's brother. That's got to get into the man's skin. He knows who Bubba is.
Right.
Bubba took out the franchise Shane Douglas, second greatest wrestler to ever come from the city. Next to Bubba. I like it a lot, Bubba.
He wasn't talking to you.
He asked a question.
As you were saying.
So as I was saying, I mean, I think Angle is ducking him. If you're Angle, the man's ruined 3 careers. You don't want to get him. Oh!
Great textbook suplex by Bubba. Lateral press covered. Only a count of 1, says referee Bobby Williams.
You don't want to get in the ring with someone with that kind of talent. I mean, I don't blame him.
Wait a second. Quick leg sweep. Jackknife pin by Facade. 2 and a kick out. Facade has impressed many in recent times. Check out that agility.
Pele kick.
Backflip into the kick. Shades of the Pele. Good call, Maverick, but only for a count of 2.
This kid fights like out of a video game. I think I saw that in one of them there. I think it's like half circle and the A button. I don't know.
Well, I won't get into the Contra code. That's Jimmy Jacobs, but be that as it may. Inside cradle by Michael Facade. Gets a count of 2, but a very unique offense. We talked about Vendetta, watching years worth of videotape over the years to try to hone his style.
Magistral Credo.
Rather your fault. Maybe Michael Facade has watched Mortal Kombat video games to get his style. Another sort of martial arts fighting styles.
Hey.
O'Connor roll now by Facade. Beautiful bridge attempt, but Bubba rolls through. I think Bubba's a little bit surprised right now that Facade is taking it to the veteran this much.
I mean, okay, so we make fun of him, but I mean, the kid's no slouch.
Well,
he did train.
You make fun of him.
Well, he did train at the Coalition of Competition.
Great back suplex, just Bubba on the back of his neck. Cover attempt here. Oh, way too close to the ropes, however.
Yep.
Bubba had his foot on the rope before the count started. Williams did not detect it, but...
well, that's your inexperience there.
Well, it certainly is.
Bubba ring general. I mean, you're talking about a kid in his what is this his third match, fourth, something like that?
Very true.
Against the man who trained Kurt Angle.
Hard clothesline. We should mention Bubba had a hand in training Kurt Angle.
He trained Kurt Angle.
He wasn't the sole trainer, but he was one of them.
That's not what he told me.
One of a few. Well, I'm not surprised. So if Bubba's trying to take credit for Kurt Angle being perhaps the best wrestler in the world today, certainly that's debatable. But for Bubba to take credit for Angle being on that list might be a bit of an exaggeration, as Bubba just knocking Facade around. You can see that scowl on his face, but Bubba clearly not focused on Facade. He's thinking about the fans. He's thinking about Kurt Angle. You cannot underestimate anybody in the IWC.
Absolutely not.
And Bubba...
Wait, is that a terrible towel he's choking him with?
I think it may be.
Oh, no, I think it's just a bandana.
Oh, I think Bubba yellow flagged this match. That's 5 yards for a near fall, and Michael Facade's paying for it. Yeah. Bubba tries to set him in, doesn't have a lot of momentum behind it. Facade reverses, charges in. Facade's being a little bit tentative in there. You can't do that with a veteran like Bubba. He's going to come back to get you, but Facade comes up with the foot. Charge in. Bubba way off on that. Springs. Oh, look out.
Crashed and burned. Inexperience there from the youngster.
Well, that's high risk for you.
And he's down. This may be a problem.
Facade attempted to rush the move. Facade tried to hit it off too quickly, could not get his balance. Again, a rookie mistake. And Bubba will not make high-risk mistakes. He will stay on his feet. He will not leave the ground. Why? Because he doesn't need to.
And Facade is paying for this right now. Stiff chops.
Series of hard shots, duck of the clothesline. Look out. Oh, Bubba was waiting for him. Scoops him right up. The spinning Uranagi. Drops him hard. So much torque behind that move, but Bubba's not done with him yet.
He might as well be. I don't think he's getting up. You know, it just occurred to me, I guess Michael Facade's a white belt? I wonder.
Well, maybe. I don't know if that's official karate regulation or if it's for acoustics, but
okay.
Certainly something to investigate later. And that was the angle slam.
See?
And that's 3.
I believe that was the Bubba slam.
Well, call it what you want. Olympic slam, angle slam. Or Bubba slam. The fact of the matter is this. That was Kurt Angle's move. That was a slap in the face to Kurt Angle. Bubba, again, trying to get the attention of the 1996 Olympic gold medalist.
I think he has the attention already.
Well, more information for Bubba's agent to take back to Kurt Angle as Bubba the Bulldog continues on his crusade to call out Kurt Angle. Can Bubba end the career and humiliate arguably the biggest star to ever come out of Pittsburgh?
Wait a minute.
Oh no. Hentai, not scheduled for action tonight after that brutal last man standing match with Balls Hot Troy Lords, one of the damnedest matches I've ever seen. Hentai, given the playoffs to recover. Oh, was that a knee to the face?
You know, with the little tassel things, you'd think they'd be natural friends.
Oh, stop it.
Well, they both have those tassels, you know.
Hentai is assaulting Facade, charging with the Howling Fury, the double knees in the corner. Hentai, an unprovoked assault. Facade did nothing to Hentai, but Hentai's so upset over losing that last man standing match. Aces high. Right off the knees. Drove all the wind out of him. He could break a rib that way.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your career, kid. I think that's it. Norm Connors is out here.
There was no reason for this. Hentai and Facade had no issue.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hey, leave the kid alone. So I was told you couldn't even wrestle tonight, right? But then you decided to show up like this and hurt somebody who's only in his 3rd match, who did damn good again tonight, despite the fact he's only in his 3rd match. You want something to do tonight? I'll give you something to do tonight. You come backstage, you pick a number, you're in the Rumble too.
Norm Connors just placed Hentai in the gauntlet style.
You have an opportunity in January to have a shot at the heavyweight champion, but I get to decide your number.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Hentai is in that Rumble later tonight, but Norm Connors picks his number. Norm Connors going to have his way with the Unholy Alliance here tonight, it looks like.
Come on, what number do you think he'll pick?
Well, Hentai wastes no time disrupting this show, and he's not even done yet.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. Leave this kid alone. No.
I wonder if Michael Facade's going to be in the Rumble tonight.
No.
I'm thinking...
Oh, powerbomb folds him up. Nobody of Hentai size has that kind of power but Hentai. And that was a great demonstration of it right there, but you got to feel for Michael Facade. Hentai's going to be in the Rumble tonight. He has a chance to become the #1 contender for the IWC title. But I think Norm Connors is going to make sure that...
Yeah, hell of a punishment there, Norm.
He damn sure earns it. Hentai does not know his number. Norm makes that decision later tonight.
Hold on, Sweeney action continues with this singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing to you first, escorted by his partner Jimmy DeMarco, weighing at 210 pounds, from 3D Crossing North Dakota, Vendetta.
Well, if you talk to Vendetta, this team is called the Vendetta Nation. If you talk to Jimmy DeMarco,
It's called the Hollywood Bogs.
but either way it's irrelevant because they both have joined the Gambino family, the reformed family, the restructured family, and yes, the tag team champions are also in the camp of the Gambino family, stronger and more dangerous and more lethal than ever.
Vendetta rejected me on mine. That's great.
He doesn't come across as the most sociable person, does he?
I think he's a nice guy. I mean, he's kind of, you know...
Well, you would.
He's kind of quiet.
You people never cease to amaze me.
Me neither.
He's going to break the silence
Because I
now.
sat there and I watched the last man standing match, and let me tell you, I couldn't care less about Hentai or Troy Wars. But apparently neither do you, because they practically killed each other. And I saw this entire front row just... And then, you know, you looked at the shadow and you were like, should we be cheering right now? But, you're going to let Sterling James Keenan come out here and talk his way into your hearts.
They love SJK.
It's all about style. SJK does. He's a snappy dresser. He's got a great robe. I like it. Nice hair. Snappy.
I've heard of a lot of things.
Let's get one thing straight. Sterling is an average to an above average wrestler.
Well, he's a little better than that.
I'm not disagreeing, but the fact is you people don't like me and you love him, and that hurts my feelings.
I know where he's coming from. These people suck sometimes.
So let's get one thing straight. The only whipping that Sterling is going to give me tonight is probably the tongue lashes he's going to give me when he comes out here.
Between intros here, I'd just like to take this moment to give a shout out to my boy Hova. Happy birthday. Jay-Z, friend of mine.
We're about to be joined by something more important than your friends, or the people you bought off to become your friends. SJK Sterling James Keenan in the midst of a very long road he has to travel.
His opponent weighs in at 240 pounds, and he must win all the way through Super Indy to get an IWC Championship match. SJK Sterling James Keenan.
Sterling's name is penciled in for a title shot this April at Super Indy 6. But in order to earn his way to that shot and rise above all the other contenders, he must win every single match he has in an IWC ring. Up until then, he accomplished phase 1 last month, but a long way still to go. Vendetta is phase 2.
preposterous when we get a microphone that works. A little quiet in here, huh? Now, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I swear to God, last year, you were the idiot that would come to the ring when The Rock's music played and drop an elbow on a mop.
I think he'd like us to forget about the Jesse Titan Mark phase of his career.
I think technically it was a
Not
broom.
much, but I get paid more than he does.
Just saying.
Now, Vendetta, which I have to say is probably the most ridiculous name I've ever heard in my life. You're pissed off at Norm Connors for God knows what, so you have a vendetta, so you take it as a name. Good job, kid. Well done. Now, it's really quiet, and I get this feeling that the people don't want to hear me speak anymore, which is fine, because I can tend to be long-winded. So what I'm going to do, we're going to ring the bell, I'm going to beat your ass, and then you and DeMarco can go home and move each other's heads up, do whatever the hell it is that you do. You can think for a few days, change your name, get a job at Walmart, because you don't belong in SJK's ring.
Harsh words from Sterling James Keenan. I don't know if I agree with all of them, but certainly you got to notice the confidence on Sterling James Keenan's face, in his voice, everywhere, as he is dead set on winning the IWC Championship receiving that shot at Super Indy 6.
I don't know that I approve of him disparaging Walmart. I mean, Walmart's a fine company that sells many of, you know, Shima Zion calendars and some fine products.
Ooh, what a show you are. Matchup underway. We need a bell here. We get it. Sterling quick to drop toe hold Vendetta, as certainly Sterling outsmarting Vendetta early on. Much like in the Bubba matchup, Sterling much more experienced than Vendetta is. Vendetta approaching 1 year of active competition. Sterling James Keenan, then just about everywhere you could think of, from the WWE to Ring of Honor, overseas, all over the United States and more. But can't underestimate Vendetta. This is about 250, 260 of solid muscle in Vendetta.
Is he that heavy? I don't know.
Well, certainly wouldn't be surprised. He's carrying a lot of muscle mass on that frame.
I mean, you usually have those stats, Joe.
Vendetta going for a vertical suplex. Hits it very nicely. Floto recovered, 2 count. But think about this, Sterling James Keenan has officially been entered in our Rumble later tonight. If Sterling James Keenan wins that Rumble, he can bypass this month-by-month win streak and get a title shot next month right here in this building.
And if he wins that title shot and continues to win till Super Indy, he'll be facing himself for the championship. Is that how that works?
You don't have a clue.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Vendetta with a reverse chinlock, but listen to this crowd behind SJK, the man behind Iron City Hardcore. Sterling gets caught, traps the arms overhead, belly to belly by Vendetta. Cannot underestimate the ring prowess of the young Vendetta, as we mentioned, watching videotapes, thousands of videotapes for a lot of years. And originally that came out as Jesse Titan Mark, but now that he's been able to channel that as Vendetta, he is wise beyond his years in between those ropes.
You know, there's no substitute for experience, but
certainly it's going to do a lot for Vendetta. If he's able to defeat Sterling James Keenan and end Sterling's title aspirations, got to believe Vendetta's going to shoot right up there in those rankings as well, as far as heavyweight championship contention goes.
I'm sure the Vendetta Nation would love to. So if it's the Vendetta Nation, is the Vendetta Nation part of the world to have a world title? I'm not sure.
Well, maybe they're a neutral country. Maybe they're like Switzerland. I'm not sure.
I've been to Switzerland. It's a lovely country.
Dropping an elbow between the shoulder blades. Second time. But what about, and I know, Maverick, this is something you know a lot about in your years, doing a kick out, this reformation of the Gambino family. They were under a lot of disorder and infighting for many years.
Right.
But when Marshall and Mickey finally turned around and saw Jimmy DeMarco's way of thinking, and they captured those tag titles, and they added Vendetta as some extra muscle, it seems this family is at least twice as dangerous as they've ever been, and they were very, very dangerous in the past.
Well, I mean, they are the World Tag Team Champions of IWC right now. They don't just give those belts to anybody. They earn them.
But check this out. Now, on a rock bottom, that's a Uranagi suplex. And certainly it had its effect on Sterling. A lot more than an elbow on a broom.
Hey.
Speaking of which,
it's like you're a prophet. Not a prophet, but oh, there you go.
Oh, DeMarco has an elbow pad. Well, I'll guarantee this to Vendetta. Sterling is no broom, he's no mop. He's not even a
Oh, there we go.
He's not even a dust buster. Oh, please. Vendetta wasting entirely too much time.
Yeah, that's not going to go well.
Absolutely not. Sterling's not going to lay there idly by, but he's going to hit the controversial Manhattan drop. Follow through clothesline. Vendetta, huge mistake, giving Sterling not much time to regroup.
Big boot.
Cover to endo.
A little bit too much showboating from Vendetta. Not really his strong suit. I mean, Jesse Titan Mark, great at showboating. Right. Jesse Vendetta, not so much.
Now cover, 2 kick out. Sterling has sensed the weak point in Vendetta's game. Vendetta thrown completely off his game after that elbow distracted him. Certainly Marshall and Mickey Gambino not going to be very happy about their newest charge. Wasting so much time in a fight. But Vendetta goes to the eyes, momentarily regains control, but Sterling has him up in a fireman's carry, drops him in a hard backbreaker. Sterling has it won. No, he doesn't. Sterling half a second away from completing phase 2 in his road to Super Indy 6. And Sterling, as Vendetta wants it, backed up into the corner, but look out. Vendetta picked his opening. Right to the eyes, just like that. Wait, DeMarco on the apron. That chair's in the ring. That's been DeMarco's pet object for months.
Oh.
Hey. Wait a second.
Oh my God.
Vendetta and DeMarco with the old swirl. Sterling never hit Vendetta with that chair.
He said watch your tapes. Shades of Eddie Guerrero. Shades of the great Eddie Guerrero right there.
The referee thinks Sterling hit Vendetta with the chair.
Well, he's out cold.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's official decision, the winner of this contest as a result of a disqualification, Vendetta!
And Sterling's title aspirations are gone. He got screwed.
As part of the stipulation, SJK will now not receive a shot.
Wait a second. Promoter Norm Connors.
Oh, come on.
Talking to referee Bobby Williams.
I told you, there's no instant replay in professional wrestling. Come on.
You got swerved with this once before. We're going to watch the replay footage.
There's no instant replay in professional wrestling.
Well,
you can't just do, you can't. Okay.
You're only upset because that came back to bite you.
So now, oh, I'm sorry. So Jesse Vendetta is charged with a timeout. What the, oh, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee watched the videotape footage, and he is ordered to restart this contest.
Good. That's the way it should be. Just like when you got involved.
Come on.
And you got, oh, look out. Chair, miscommunication. Oh, look out. Vendetta thrown off his game here. Sterling setting up for the MK Ultra. Can he get him? That's a big guy. He drops it hard. MK Ultra. And Sterling is victorious as he should be.
Your winner, SJK Sterling Keenan.
DeMarco and Vendetta almost put one over on the referee, the promoter, and Sterling himself. But justice prevailed, and Sterling James Keenan still in the hunt for the IWC title. No hard feelings? That's not Sterling style. Look out. One more body laid to rest. MK Ultra to the delicious one. SJK a hair away from seeing his entire career turn upside down. He doesn't appreciate that. But the confidence is still there. The swagger is still there.
There's that win puts SJK
Rumble later tonight.
And the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Oh, not Coulter. Stephen Coulter, the official in the pocket of the Unholy Alliance, making his way to officiate this matchup. Joe Dabrowski ringside, now joined by the IWC Heavyweight Champion, the Havana Pitbull, the Rottweiler himself, Mr. Ricky Reyes.
That's right, and it's great to be here.
Weighing at 193 pounds, Sweeney.
Certainly great to have you here at ringside with two individuals who could very well become top contenders to that IWC Championship of yours within the next few months, including that man, the man from Redondo Beach, Larry Sweeney, who I know you've had your encounters with in the past as well.
Yeah, Larry Sweeney is very, the crafty wrestler, always up to no good. As you can tell, he's up to it right now. Smacking his rear end because nobody else will do it for him.
Larry Sweeney has been a top contender for that title for several months, narrowly losing a contenders match to Shirley several weeks ago. But another tough test in a similar vein of a Ricky Reyes. Here coming for Larry Sweeney very shortly, and Chuck Roberts looking quite dapper in the boa.
Yeah, pink fits that guy for some reason, and tight jeans. I don't know why.
What are you trying to insinuate?
I'm not saying anything. I just saying.
The opposition for Larry Sweeney tonight, a former OVW heavyweight champion, former tag team champion as well, and man who dominated that territory for many years. This is Brent Albright.
Here's our opponent, weighs in 240 pounds, hails from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the shooter, Brent Albright.
That's a new side of Brent Albright I haven't seen.
Yeah, I didn't know he liked pink as well.
Brent Albright, formerly known in World Wrestling Entertainment as Gunner Scott, never got the opportunity to shine that he so desperately deserved and needed, was kicked to the curb by his previous employer, but is here in IWC and elsewhere to prove that there's a lot of potential that is still certainly untapped.
I myself have watched Brent Albright for quite some time now. Big fan of his work. He's an awesome wrestler, very skilled on the mat. I'd like nothing more than to give the fans what they come here every week, every month to see, which would be a great wrestling match by wrestling Brent Albright.
I'm sure Brent Albright's strategy in this matchup is going to be a more mat-based game, but certainly with Larry Sweeney, he's going to try to throw in his own brand of fall-to-all, if you will, and try to throw Albright off his game.
Yeah, Sweeney's always got something up his sleeve, so you always got to be aware of that. So,
remember a few months ago, Sweeney had a 10-foot chain stuffed down his tights.
Yeah,
real subtle,
a little obvious,
And Sweeney, not even real eager to get into the ring at this point. As the fans again getting on the case of Stephen Coulter. And I know you, being an opposition to the Unholy Alliance in these past several months, have had your run-ins with Coulter as well. Certainly the most crooked official I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, he's a real penis.
Certainly there's no Unholy Alliance involvement in this matchup, so there is a slim chance he'll call this down the middle, but I don't have my hopes up.
It should be a great wrestling match if, as long as Sweeney doesn't have any clever tricks up his sleeve and just, he could actually wrestle, but we don't ever get to see that. He's always looking for a shortcut, but Albright should be able to ground him and stick to a game plan. Albright always looking for his favorite submission, the Fujiwara armbar, so we'll look for that. Maybe be setting it up by softening the arm up, I would imagine. It's usually his game plan. He's always go to your strong points.
Very true. We are underway. Sweeney, very impressed with that top wrist lock that he's perpetrating.
He's happy he has that. Very happy.
Match is underway. Joe Dabrowski, Ricky Reyes here ringside as the shooter Brent Albright takes on sweet and sour Larry Sweeney. And a lot of people have compared Brent Albright to the likes of Chris Benoit, and certainly the name of the shooter originally given to men like Dean Malenko. Having watched and certainly scouted Brent Albright for the past several months since he's broken from the shackles, so to speak, how do you weigh that comparison?
Very accurate. Brent Albright is, in my opinion, I look at him as a second coming of Bret Hart. He moves very smooth in the ring, very technical, breaks his opponent down, and controls the pace of the match, which makes a champion, because then you can control your...
Quick slap by Sweeney.
Some shenanigans by Larry, as usual. If I was Albright, I'd punch him right in his face.
About 95% of Sweeney's body is in between the ropes. That desperate to avoid the right hand from Albright.
As well he should.
Certainly very well put together. How would you size up Albright? That's about 240, 250 solid muscle.
Yeah, there's not much fat on Albright. He's very dedicated athlete, as most competitors are when they come to the IWC. We only want the best wrestlers here, so you come in shape and ready to fight every night.
Certainly you talked about that Fujiwara armbar. We saw Albright utilize that a month ago at November 2, hard shoulder block takedown. Albright with a victory over the Austin Star one-on-one. Certainly a very good way to build momentum here at IWC.
Definitely been keeping my eye on Albright, looking over my shoulder, I guess, ever since that win, knowing that he's climbing the ranks ever so slightly here, but definitely in the right direction to get a title shot soon.
It's so great to see Albright, as I alluded a moment ago. Handcuffs are off, the shackles are off. We don't see Albright performing to somebody else's style. We see Brent Albright's style, and that's going to make him much more dangerous than he ever was on television.
Definitely.
And look at Sweeney again, between the ropes. He wants no part of this matchup whatsoever.
Sweeney has something up his sleeve. He's a little sneaky one, so he's going to use every advantage he thinks he can get on Albright mentally. He's going to rile Albright up to the point where he's going to lose his cool, then he's going to capitalize on it.
Sweeney apologizing and saying, do it fair. Sweeney can't even order lunch in a fair manner. He wants to wrestle this match.
From the looks of it, Sweeney's ordered a few too many lunches. That tight purple singlet keeping it all well hidden, kind of, except for his big pink star on his stomach.
You don't seem like you're too much of a fan of the flamboyance.
You know, Sweeney and I had a little bit of a history here in the IWC, and kind of screwed me over on a victory one time. So we have a little, we're still 1-1. If he ever wants to get in there and mix it up, we can.
Well, that was not a bright idea.
There goes the strength, like I said, by Albright. He's a monster.
And I think that's the first time I've ever seen somebody try to do a rope break for a handshake.
Yeah. Well, let Albright shake your hand and see if you don't look for some help.
Very true. I would put it past Sweeney to tap out here just to get out of this match.
He's doing the boogeyman dance there.
Oh! Ouch! That sound was self-explanatory, and a hard clothesline behind it again.
Yeah.
I think Larry Sweeney finally realizing what he got himself into.
Yeah.
Hard elbow. And
I think Sweeney's looking for a cell phone to answer with all the ringing in his ear.
And Sweeney rather offended over this matchup so far, but Albright has not done a thing wrong.
Did he just say that was illegal? So
he's got him by the ears.
Lift him up.
Handful of lobes, takes him back up to the apron. Watch Sweeney here, biting him.
Like I said, very, very crafty. He's going to look for any way out of anything.
Very true. Cover, quick kick out. The Sweeney used to those ICW, ICWA Texarkana television title matches. This is a far cry from that farce of a title.
What the hell is that?
Exactly. Not recognized by any promotion anywhere, but
well,
still that's somehow been Sweeney's bread and butter for most of his year-plus stay here.
Yeah. You'll find anything on the internet to buy nowadays, so who knows where he got it from.
Sweeney trying to cinch in on Albright here, trying to ground the power man.
Definitely keeping him off balance with his headlock variation of some kind. Albright trying to create some space.
Exactly right, Albright. Pushing Sweeney's body away, able to fight out of it.
Nice.
Look now. Oh, Sweeney waiting for him.
Impressive.
Takes him down with a clothesline, but you can see Sweeney in noticeable pain a moment ago, and this is not a good time to hot dog.
No, he's very proud of himself, but the job is not done yet.
Down come the straps. I don't know that's going to help or hurt his cause in your eyes, Mr. Reyes.
It's hurting my eyes seeing his stomach spill out of his tights right now. Apparently going to work on the leg.
Sweeney just trying to take the vertical base off of this big guy. I think Sweeney gonna feel he's gonna be in a lot more control if he's over top of Albright on the canvas, as opposed to being towered over when both men are on their feet. And certainly that's a very sound strategy. Sweeney is not a dumb guy. You know, we make fun of the way he dresses, and certainly he doesn't exactly have the physique of Ricky Reyes, but he's a very calculatedly smart individual in there.
Yeah. Sweeney doesn't like getting hurt, so he's going to do anything that it takes to lessen that ever happening. So he's going to take Albright, keep him down. Crowd getting behind Albright right now, though.
And we've seen Larry Sweeney show a mean streak in the past. We've seen him try to break people's necks before here in IWC. 2 count there, says Ralph Coulter. So when Sweeney really wants to, he can bring out that mean streak, but is it mean enough to combat Brent Albright?
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Albright's looks to be a little drowsy here.
Slowly sapping the energy.
Losing some blood flow to the brain. Looks like he's coming up, though. Create some more space, perhaps. Albright fighting his way out of that chin lock.
Albright to the vertical base. When both men are on their feet, Albright has the advantage due to being 2 inches taller.
Crossbody.
Big man flies for 2. Check out Sweeney, point of the elbow, right to the top of the head.
Right to the head. Just enough to slow him down to use the ropes.
Sweeney very proud of himself once again.
Sweeney's his biggest fan. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, just ask him.
But yeah, he thinks he's awesome.
I have to periodically deal with his barging in on this location every few DVDs, so
that sucks.
Spent about 10 minutes going about a hot pretzel about a month ago. This guy has no focus on what's important unless what's important to him.
Well, that'll definitely hurt DVD sales.
Sweeney picks Albright back up to his feet, but certainly going to prove to be a mistake. Right to the jaw with those front. You can see Sweeney's head just swing back with the impact. God.
Goodness.
Almost Rottweiler-esque, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Hard lariat.
Good Lord. Mommy Sweeney felt that one.
You can again see the impact on Sweeney's body just snap back from those shots from Brent Albright. And Sweeney pointing to his head.
That's what hurts.
Yeah, he may have too many cobwebs to think straight right now. And just walked right into another one. 2 and a kick. If Sweeney isn't pinned, we might have a TKO before this match.
Yeah. Sweeney definitely looks rocked. Doesn't even know where he's at this point. Big back elbow.
Another hard shot. Sweeney out on his feet at this point. I don't think he has any clue where he is. Back body drop. You can see the distance.
Albright getting a good rhythm here. Spinning neck breaker, and very nice.
Chance to enter the neck breaker into the lateral press. 2 and no. Half a second away from pinning Larry Sweeney. And certainly if Albright can go 2-0 over such high-level competition as Sweeney and Austin Starr, he's another one that's going to be in line for that championship. And of course, we've got to touch briefly. We have a gauntlet-style rumble later tonight to crown a new #1 contender. Should you survive Shirley Doe, do you have any thoughts on the participants in that match?
It's going to be a tough match, and
well, certainly we got 16 guys who would all love a crack at you, and there's really no way to prepare for that, as Albright with a swing knee to Sweeney.
Yeah.
Cover 2 and, oh almost a count of 3.
Nice move by Albright there. I myself am very proud of my knee strikes, but that was very unique by Mr. Brent Albright there.
What?
The hell did he say?
68 comeback special. Neck breaker into a DDT. Effective move. Odd choice of name.
Yeah. Going up top, apparently. That's what he screamed.
Sweeney does have a great elbow drop from the top, but whether we'll get a chance to see it here is another story.
I don't know. Albright looks to be out of it, though, after
taking a lot of time to perch himself, and he connects. Oh, and you can see not a lot of luster behind it because of, wait, 2 and no. Because of the punishment Sweeney's taken. Sweeney's still got to shake those cobwebs out, but enough for almost a count of 3.
he did land all that on Brent Albright's sternum, which knocked the air out. Albright slowly trying to make his way up. It's hard to catch your breath after you take a shot like that, though. Sweeney, big mistake, letting Albright get up.
Measuring him for something here. Whatever it was did not work. Albright saw it coming. Check out Sweeney with the back elbow. Uh-oh. I believe this may give you flashbacks, Mr. Reyes.
Hey,
wait a second.
Saw that. I told you he was a penis.
Coulter in the pocket of yet another member of this locker room.
Good Lord.
This guy has no credibility. Wait, Albright from behind.
There you go.
Distraction of the argument. Wait a second. Splash Mountain position here.
Mountain coming up. Oh,
hot shot on the top rope.
German suplex. Here we go with the rolling Germans.
Oh no! To Benoit.
Head and arm throw. Oh.
The half and half suplex by Albright.
Very Kubashi-esque.
And there's the Fujiwara armbar.
There it is. He's grounded in the center of the ring.
And automatically Sweeney taps out.
Your winner by submission, the shooter, Brent Albright.
Yeah, hit that penis.
Albright gets the submission instantaneously after applying that move. Reminds me of somebody else here on the roster. Reminds me of that Dragon Sleeper that you forced many a man from Alex Shelley to Low Key and many others to tap out almost instantaneously. What would happen if Dragon Sleeper ever met Fujiwara armbar?
And in this match, if CJ Sensation wins, he will get a match against Sebastian Dark, and this time it'll have a special stipulation.
Oh, not Coulter again. Something that's been escalating for many months. Ever since CJ Sensation stood up for himself and stood up for the IWC company to counteract Coulter's crooked officiating, they've been after him.
Escorted by a Holy Alliance member, Sebastian Dark, weighing at 260 pounds, being
Radford's had a couple of matches with CJ Sensation in recent months. However, thanks to very dubious means, vis-a-vis interference from other Unholy Alliance members, that has not happened as far as CJ Sensation versus Sebastian Dark. Sebastian Dark has really spearheaded this whole rivalry with CJ Sensation and attempting to bully Sensation and get him fired back when he was a referee. And CJ wants nothing more than to get Dark one-on-one, but he has to go through Dean Radford to do it. But if he does, it's CJ and Dark one-on-one tonight with a special stipulation to be named by IWC promoter Norm Connors.
His opponent, weighs in at 174 pounds, hails from right here in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, Snapshot CJ Sensation.
In 2003, the Snapshot CJ Sensation broke his in a professional wrestling ring, and it was thought that he would never wrestle again. But the hatred he has for Shirley, Hentai, Dark, and Dean Radford brought him out of retirement to fight for the company and cause he believes in. And he wants nothing more than to get the most annoying member of the Alliance, Sebastian Dark, in that ring, and it could happen in a matter of moments. As you see, Dark and Sensation already eyeing one another up. Dark has been ducking Sensation. One time they did meet, Dark cheated the win, hit that DNR to become victorious, but certainly not a win you can be proud of, and not a loss CJ Sensation was willing to accept. But CJ Sensation still slowly getting back into ring shape here as time goes on.
What do you say, Joe?
As we're now joined by the promoter, Norm Connors here. Certainly you have a vested interest in this matchup. I saw you motioning for Sebastian Dark to sit at ringside and keep his body away from this matchup throughout the duration.
I just want to make sure, no matter what, that this is a 50-50 shot for CJ. You know, it's bad enough with that referee. However, he has pledged that he will no longer be the referee that cheats for the Unholy Alliance. We'll see. You know, truth be told, Joe, I have a special thought that has been running through my head for the last 3 weeks. If CJ does indeed win this fair and square, I'd like to give him a little bit of comeuppance, and we'll see if I can do that coming up.
We'll see. Certainly we got to keep our eyes on Stephen Coulter in this matchup. Just a few minutes ago, he was blatantly helping Larry Sweeney in his matchup with Brent Albright, and certainly he's been on the take of the Unholy Alliance for many, many months. You could speculate how long it's been, but certainly Coulter has completely shattered his credibility as an upstanding official.
I think the one thing, though, that as this has gone on over the last few months that I've noticed is that the workers themselves have been more wary of CJ, or of Coulter, I should say, forgive me. And, you know, they know what he's about and have adjusted their styles, and sometimes, quite frankly, you know, been more aggressive accordingly.
And you got to get up to CJ Sensation. As I mentioned a moment ago, we thought his career was over after he broke his neck in 2003. But after the situations that happened with Radford, Dark, Doe, and Hentai, he was adamant about coming back and taking on the Unholy Alliance and getting the man that spearheaded the whole campaign to bully around Sensation, get him fired from his job as a referee, Sebastian Dark, and certainly he has the opportunity to do that in just a few moments.
Let's hope he does, because quite frankly, you know, and everybody I think that knows me knows that I was against him coming into the ring as a wrestler. It's a liability for the company, there's no doubt about it. You know, I worry for every one of our wrestlers, and even more so with somebody who's had that kind of an injury in the past. And quite frankly, I don't know how long I want him wrestling for.
You got to give him credit for standing up and fighting for the company and the cause he believes in, as Radford drills him with a leg drop from the second rope.
You see something like that, Joe, and you got to wonder how long.
Well, let's watch this count. Let's watch this count.
It got it too, and it was a slow count. So, you know, but you have to wonder just how much punishment can that neck take.
Right. Especially from somebody about 260 pounds like Dean Radford.
And Dean Radford is no slouch. He is a former heavyweight champion. And one thing you'll know, he knows how to work a body part.
Very true. Radford is draping Sensation's throat across. Oh, look at Sebastian Dark. Blatantly getting involved over the head of Sensation as Radford charged in right on that neck. And I know you certainly can't agree with Dean Radford's attitude in the past few months. Got to give him credit. Very, very agile for his size, cover, and a 2 count.
But did you see what just happened there? You know, Sebastian Dark was blatantly interfering.
Right.
Stephen Coulter's head was turned the other way on purpose. I mean, why would you need to adjust the turnbuckle to look perfectly fine in the middle of the wrestling match?
Very true. Every match CJ Sensation has had since his comeback has had some sort of blatant interference from the Unholy Alliance, and you can't be surprised that this is happening again. But you just got to hope that CJ Sensation can defy the odds, just like he did when he announced he was returning to professional wrestling, defy the odds and somehow win. But it looks pretty bleak right now. Radford, another near fall off that side slam.
The one thing that strikes me, though, about Dean since this turn is he has looked better, turning against the fans, regardless of what, you know, we may think about his character, and certainly his character has come into question these last few months. As a worker, he certainly has improved. It looks like he's dropped about 15 pounds since the last show, and you know, it's going to pay off in the ring. It's that simple.
Certainly, it seems like the Shirley Doe Kool-Aid, if you will, has certainly inspired and motivate Radford to fight for whatever sick cause they seem to be supporting, taking over the company or whatever it may be. As Radford did a perfect mare there, the Kurt Hennig neck snap,
and right back to the neck.
Not impressed. Not even hooking a leg here. You can see the the ego coming through on Dean
And that might
Radford.
come back to bite him in the ass. I mean, let's face it, CJ is not an idiot. He was in the first Super Indy tournament, and as Kid Sensation, did pin Shirley to win the high stakes title. It's been, 4 years since that happened. But you know what? You grow, you mature. He may be rusty in the ring, but he's certainly going to become a much smarter wrestler.
Very true. And keep in mind, he survived low-key in what is still regarded as one of the most brutal matches in company history.
His face certainly showed what that match did in that night to him. And the one thing that was great was it was a confidence booster, and there again, you see Dean Radford working the neck.
Just pulled him down, just jerked him down by the neck, and certainly that's going to send a lot of pain shooting up and down CJ Sensation's body. Cover. I'm not even sure that was a cover. That looked like a blatant choke to me.
Yeah, it looked like a choke to me.
It's got to have such an effect on you to see somebody. Oh, wait a second. That's spine buster.
Spine buster, incredible.
It's got to pain you to see somebody that had stood by your side for so many years and you had helped bring to this level in Dean Radford, to see him aligning with guys like Sebastian Dark and to see him totally turn his back on all the hard work you put in to helping him and certainly the company as a whole reach the greatness it has.
These two wrestlers, CJ and Dean Radford, when they were both in their early teens, and I'm not talking 16, 17, I'm talking 13, 14, used to be in my Steel City Wrestling events helping set up, getting involved with doing whatever they could at a young age, and obviously they've both come a long way, and I just hope to God that maybe Dean, and there's a great missed elbow by Dean Radford, but hopefully he can wake up.
Yeah, certainly their paths have shifted in very different directions since that time, as Radford had a lot taken out of him. They're missing that elbow, and that's the CJ Sensation opening. Check that out. You can see those hard shots. Look out!
Beautiful.
Somersault front shot of Sebastian Dark. Sensation could not wait till after this matchup, and I can't blame him.
I tell you what, this is heating up, baby. You enjoy the rest of the match. I got to take care of some stuff.
All right, we certainly thank Norm Connors for joining us. CJ Sensation now climbs to the top rope, ascends the top turnbuckle, gonna fly on Radford, gets caught midair. Look out, Radicator. Oh no, nobody gets up from the Radicator. This is gonna be all Coulter just begging for the pin. He would love nothing more than to do it. Wait. Oh God. You can't be serious. Sebastian Dark wants CJ Sensation's neck broken. That goes beyond the line of any professional or personal vendettas here. Dark is a sick, sick human being. CJ has about a foot-long scar on the back of his neck. And Dark wants to see it happen all over again. A second match. No. Sensation ducks out. Radicator. Roll up. Coulter. He has no choice but to count. He had no choice.
Cut the music. Here's the stipulation. You ready? If he beats your ass right now, you're fired after tonight.
Oh, yeah! Coulter, his bias obviously still shown despite counting the fall. Coulter could not hide it from me, could not hide it from Norm Connors. Obviously, very, very biased. And we can see him gone after this matchup. Is CJ Sensation. Get pinned, the bastard son of 1,000 corpses. Sebastian Dark. But check out Radford tripping up Sensation. And we got help out here. Officials and security got to get Radford the hell out of ringside so this can be one-on-one. Norm Connors wants this matchup to be right down the line. And as one pest gets thrown out of the building, we are down to one-on-one in the ring. Sebastian Dark, one-on-one with CJ Sensation. CJ Sensation has the opportunity to finally defeat the man who's been a thorn in his side for months upon months, who egged him to get back in the ring in the first place, and also to get Stephen fired once and for all. The crooked referee finally out the door, but not underestimate Sebastian Dark's cover, and Coulter got to count to save his job now. And you can see the noticeable frustration on the face of Coulter. He tried to hide it, but we saw during the Larry Sweeney match, and we saw a little bit during the Dean Radford match, with CJ Coulter still in everybody's pocket, anybody that could slip him $5 or $10. Covered by Dark for a 2 count. Coulter completely destroying his credibility over the past 6 months, and this could be the end of the road if CJ Sensation can win twice in a matter of one night back-to-back. A tough feat, but if anybody has the heart to do it, it's CJ. Charging through. Dark kick, sternum first, Enziguri kick. Sends Dark down, get the cover, CJ. Coulter's got a count, but CJ has more punishment in mind first. CJ's been waiting for months. Leg lariat to get his hands on Dark. Remember CJ diving for, wait a second. Coulter's got a count here. He made an oath to call things down the middle, to not be a biased referee anymore, and he didn't see the cover. Shoddy officiating at its most blatant. Remember CJ Sensation diving up the top of the cage last August. Spinning DDT. CJ has risked life and limb to stick it to the Unholy Alliance in recent times, doing a kick out again. Coulter trying to save his job, but can't get that 3 count. You can hear this crowd. They hate Stephen Coulter just as much as the rest of the locker room does. Oh, please. I've heard him manipulating the referee in the past, but Coulter looking up at the lights while this blatant choke is going on. And Pomona O'Connor still watching this matchup. Coulter is not fooling a damn person in this building. Coulter acting like he just lost his watch, not paying attention to the CJ Sensation, who's turning colors from getting the life choked out of him. Thank God. Well, Coulter's really good at looking stupid. He's used to that. He's had plenty of practice. Up and over with a DDT. CJ Sensation takes Dark down. All of that weight drives Dark head first to the canvas, and this could be CJ's chance. CJ having words with Coulter here. Sensation not happy over that call either. Sensation got choked for about a straight minute and a half. You can see the scowl on his face. Oh no, this could be a mistake after the punishment he's taken. He wrestled a full match with 6'4", 260 at Radford, and now went high risk on Dark. Dark with those cross faces. Dark wants CJ Sensation's neck broken. That is disgusting. Wait a second. Oh no, the kidnapper! From the top! CJ with a kidnapper! Are we gonna see 3? Can CJ avenge all this abuse to Dark? Right hand counts Coulter's hand. 3! That's 3! Coulter's hand hit 3 times. CJ Sensation avenges months of abuse from the Unholy Alliance and Sebastian Dark, and Coulter's ass is fire. No more crooked officiating here in the IWC. See you later, Coulter. I don't think anybody, bar 4 or 5 men in that locker room, are going to miss you. And it's setting in on Coulter now. All the power he fell in love with, all the commission meetings, flaunting his authority in title matches. It's all gone. And Coulter's breaking down and crying in the ring. I love it. A much-deserved fate after how many lives he's made miserable in 2006. And Sebastian Dark not happy with it either. The Unholy Alliance, they just lost their top authority figure. They lost the only guy in that locker room they couldn't manipulate so easily.
Ladies and gentlemen, as part of the stipulation, referee Stephen Coulter, you have just been fired.
I love it. Mr. Coulter, your services in the International Wrestling Cartel are no longer needed, and we wish you well in future endeavors. Yeah, right. Time for the long walk of shame for Stephen Coulter. Sebastian Dark is irate. Coulter is in tears. But it's a lot of weight lifted off the shoulders of CJ Sensation. Finally gets one over on the Unholy Alliance. Unbelievable. Wait a second. That's Shirley Doe. Shirley Doe just laid out CJ Sensation. This one, Sensation thinks he has one up on the Alliance. Shirley Doe fires the next shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team attraction is our fatal four-way elimination match, and it will be for the IWC Tag Team Championships.
Ask on commentary. What's hanging, Dumbo?
Certainly, we hope to keep the shenanigans to a minimum here because this is going to be one of the most fast-paced, action-packed, adrenaline-charged matches in quite some time. Their matchup this past September, Boiling Point 2, also a four-way, stole the show in many people's eyes.
There's no doubt about that. This is looking very impressive here recently. Not as impressive as I am in my awesome showing here tonight. Another victory, another chalk up, another one in the W column for Larry Sweeney. How about that?
Well, we'll get into that in a little bit, but we reformed sexual harassment.
A lot of cute honeys here tonight. What do you think about the honeys, Dombrowski? You got your eye on anybody?
You're not talking about Eric and Justin, are you?
No, I'm not. And you know what? I mean, it's not that it makes me upset or anything. It's interesting that that was your first suggestion. That's where your mind was. We're not really going to go there.
Get up off your feet and give it up one time for the Cleveland Mafia. You're looking at the next tag team champion. Hold on. You hear it? I got money in the bank. I got a killer on the payroll. And tonight, I got my second tag team title, Daddy.
Strength and pain threshold of Ray Rowe. He's withstood chair shot to chair shot. He's suplexed 300-pound men. There is no limit to what Ray Rowe can do in between those ropes. And certainly in the ring sexual harassment, 4 months ago, the biggest and most successful tag team dynasty in company history was sexual harassment. Eric Ecstasy and now the new member Justin Idol. Now with matching gear, it seems that Eric wants to be a little closer to Justin than Justin wants to be with Eric. But in between those ropes, an excellent tag team.
I like their pun. In a little funny mood, I like that. Man alive, that was such a long monologue. You know who these guys remind me of? J-Rock, the Cleveland Mafia. Bull Payne. You know who Bull Payne is?
I have heard of Bull Payne, yeah.
He's a very intimidating man. He looks a lot like actually a lot like both these guys. Looks like Ray Rowe has dropped a few pounds, and it doesn't look like he dropped any muscle.
And you talk about a guy like Bull Payne. He's a killer. He's been all over the world. He's got a reputation. God. And Ray Rowe still forging that reputation.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, Bull Payne, one of the most intimidating men that I've ever met. I get along with Ray Rowe. I like him, but again, a very intimidating guy.
Collectively known as Babyface Fire, have been the subject of a lot of speculation in recent months. The manager, Chris Maverick, at one time, the advisor of Shima Zion, has not been too happy, or so it seems, since Jason Gorey joined the fold and was welcomed to form a tag team with Shima Zion.
Wait,
Maverick,
hold on, I gotta cut you off. I thought they fired Mav. What's Mav doing out there? Is that what you're explaining?
well, Maverick has been upset and actually been trying to cost Jason Gorey match after match and trying to hide it from Shima. Maverick is still loyal to Shima Zion, but doesn't seem to like Jason Gorey. And hopefully they'll be on the same page in this match.
Shima loyal to Mav. Mav has been so dangerous, but I guess Mav has done a lot for Shima's career.
Personal business advisor, photographer. I don't know if Shima knows that Maverick's taking about 65% of his contract, but maybe we should smarten him up a little later.
But you know what? That's just a way of breaking in. You can't step on your trainer's toes. You get in a lot of hot water if you do that. Believe me.
We're about to be joined by the newfound family, reformed just a few weeks ago. There was a lot of unrest between Mickey and Marshall Gambino, their cousin Jimmy DeMarco. But once Mickey and Marshall finally realized Jimmy DeMarco's way, they won the title.
I gotta admit to you, I like Chuck. I mean, no gay or anything like that. And I generally don't like ring announcers. He's got his stuff together, you know what I'm saying?
Gambino family is stronger than ever. Marshall and Mickey, the tag team champions. Jimmy DeMarco has a frequent heavy to them. Also added Vendetta a few weeks ago as some more muscle behind that family business. Gambino's in their second reign as tag team champions, more focused, more intense, and more dangerous than they've ever been. But it's going to be very tough to retain, and a match like this, which certainly does not favor the champions. There's no championship advantage in a four-way dance.
Absolutely not. Kind of unfair, really, to the champions. Like the ICWA, Texarkana TV title, never defended that in a four-way. No, it got it written in the contract. You know, I am the champion again. I don't have the belt with me because the board of directors for ICWA forbid it to be defended in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania because of the amount of bumps that populate these shows. Do you believe that?
I think you're still delusional from those Brent Albright forearms.
No, I mean, that might be the case, but I'm telling you the truth right now. And you know, I was going to bring the title belt with me, but I didn't want it to weight on my bag if I knew that I couldn't defend it. I'm going to bring it out though. It makes the ladies a little bit weak in the knees. They like seeing a man with the gold around his waist.
And speaking of gold, there are the IWC tag team titles at stake in this matchup.
Man, you should write a book, okay, on segues, because that was beautiful. That was a beautiful segue.
Keep in mind this.
Speaking of championship gold, boom, 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 boom.
Keep in mind this
Dombrowski's on the ball tonight.
A single elimination matchup. All three teams will be pinned, made to submit in some way, shape, or form before we have a final winner.
It's not one fall to a finish. We're going to be here for a while.
We are going to be here for a while.
Okay. That's another reason why I don't like these things. You're out there for so long. I don't have the win, you know what I'm saying?
You just want to take your paycheck and get going, right?
I mean, you know, yeah. Pretty much.
We're going to see who's going to start this matchup out. The fans chanting BFF for Babyface Fire. Certainly,
I thought they were called Team Catfish.
Well, they were for a while, but they had a little marketing change. Shima Zion and Jason Gorey certainly adopted by the fans. I don't think anybody still likes Chris Maverick in that audience. We got a couple of big guys.
I don't know why not. I mean, Mav's not a good guy. He's a little bit of he's a smooth talker, so you should like him because you're a smooth talker. Oh. You got that velvety tongue.
Marshall the Bull Gambino. Starting out with the Big Daddy of Destruction of the Golden Mafia, J-Rock. You can see the power from Marshall the Bull just pushing J-Rock down.
These are the two powerhouses in this matchup. This is like, say, WrestleMania 5. We had Axe and the Warlord in there. You know that?
Very, very interesting.
Boom. Two powerhouses.
Interesting comparison. We have a lot of different states of mind in there. With the flamboyance and sexual harassment. You got the determination of the Gambinos, the brute strength of the Cleveland Mafia. You got the speed and agility of Babyface Fire. And you got Chris Maverick, and who knows whose side he's on, or what's going through his mind lately, as J-Rock buries the chops into Marshall Gambino. But Marshall turns things around. These guys have a long and storied history, a lot of bloodshed between the Gambino brothers and the Cleveland Mafia, especially J-Rock.
All right, now I'm going to switch gears here a little bit. What's the deal with sexual harassment? They harass people sexually?
Among other things,
Is that what it is? Because that would indicate to me a general lack of success with the ladies, and therefore not something that you would want to be flaunting to the general public. That's just my way of thinking.
There's been a lot of rumors about, you know, whether ladies are the target, but I won't get into that.
Okay, now wait a minute. This doesn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe this. Oh no, it does make sense. I was thinking, why would the champion tag out as Marshall Gambino did just there? But he's actually wrestling very smart because he realized this is way early on. Everyone's got their gas. Neither one is sexual harassment have even been in the ring yet, and we're not going to see. I mean, if we see a pin, it's not going to be this decisive pin. The champions are being very smart right now. by keeping their wins, staying fresh in the corner. If I was them, I wouldn't tag in at all.
Very, very true. The strategy in these first several minutes has got to be to conserve energy, but the tag has been made. That huge powerhouse, Ray Rowe, double shoulder block. All they really needed to send Gory vaulting to the canvas and a spear in midair. The strength of Rowe, the impact of Ross colliding with Gory's midsection. And listen to this crowd. I know you're not used to this, Sweeney. This is cheering for Ray Rowe. They love the power this guy demonstrates, but Gory trying to fight back.
Oh, they love the heck out of Larry Sweeney. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you kidding me? When I come out here, it's like Jesus.
Hard forearm shot, elevates him, one-man blackjack.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go on record and say right now that if it was me versus Jesus, no, I'm going to say it. I think I would get the bigger pop because everyone would have silence and revere and awe.
Well, check this out. As you were alluding to a moment ago, not to cut off your philosophy here, sexual harassment, Marshall Gambino.
Oh my God! Okay, go on.
And notice Ray Rowe remained completely expressionless. No emotion, no sympathy for Jason Gory or any opponents. But I was going to allude to the fact sexual harassment, Marshall Gambino dropping off the apron, avoiding the tag, just like you said they were.
Yep. No doubt about it. They know what they're doing. That's the reason they're champions. That's the reason I'm a champion too.
Well, in your own mind, as Jason Gory is taken down, wait a second, tag is made.
Ref didn't see it. Oh, ref did see it.
Justin Idol tagged Ray Rowe, and Ray Rowe wasn't ready to come out. He was having fun. He was ready to suplex Gory out of his boots, and Gory just snuck over, tagged Mickey Gambino, and Mickey's not happy about it.
That's a bummer.
So certainly all four of these teams coming into this ring with a very smart strategy. They've done their homework.
You know these DVDs don't play on my DVD thing at home, so I never get to watch it. Do they play on yours?
Yes, they do. I know it's a shame because of how much you love the sound of your own voice.
I do. I would watch matches just to hear us on commentary.
You would mute it and just talk about it yourself. Satellite headset is like Justin Idol.
I wish I could separate the audio tracks so that I didn't hear you. I only heard myself. I'm just kidding about that. You know that, Dombrowski. I love you. All right, we got a big armbar here. Uh-oh. Big verbal debate going on the outside. How about that?
Justin Idol for many years was considered the best Pittsburgh wrestler to not be an IWC. And certainly since his re-debut this past summer, Idol has impressed so many with his tag team chemistry with Eric Ecstasy and also the great ability shows in singles outings as well. But Mickey Gambino, the nice guy of the team, so to speak, singeing in with that chin.
Mickey's the guy you go to if you need like $200. I mean, I don't normally need $200, but this is what I heard.
Or bodies up in the river?
No. Oh. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, they're a good guy. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't have bodies to dump in the river. What do you take me for, Dombrowski? But if you need like $200 because you lost, you know, your month's rent at that track, Mickey's the guy you want to talk to. Marshall's kind of quiet. You want to go to Mickey.
Great leg sweep with the elbow.
I only charge 25% interest, and that's not that bad.
Okay, we're joined momentarily now by Chuck Roberts. Chuck, I know you've got to weigh in on this unbelievable four-way matchup.
You know, Joe, first off, let me just say I'm not over here to put myself over like you probably are, Sweeney, but let me just say...
Hey, I was putting you over earlier on, you ungrateful bum. You watch it on commentary. I just said completely out of the blue, completely unprovoked. You know who I like is Chuck, but guess what? I won't be saying that anymore.
Well, nonetheless, I had to come over here because, Joe, in my years with IWC, I have never seen four greater tag teams to step inside that ring. You look at the tapes, go back, take any tag team you want. Right in the ring right now, you have the four best tag teams in the history of IWC. Regardless of who wins this match, you've got to say that each and every one of these teams deserve those tag team titles. However, whoever does emerge victorious in this match, Joe, you have to agree, might be the greatest tag team in IWC history. I've never seen a match of this magnitude in a tag team match in IWC in a long time.
Very true. I'll check out the choke slam by Ecstasy using the size to his advantage. This matchup is going to be, just picked him up and dropped him again. This matchup is going to be so trying on all four of these teams. It's going to be about endurance, it's going to be about strategy, and it's going to be about keeping up with that high pace, that high impact, adrenaline-fueled pace we've seen in so many prior meetings. What about that four-way last September? Stole the show, wouldn't you say, Chuck?
Oh, it absolutely did, and this one has all the ability to steal this show here tonight.
Shima went for a Hurricane Rana. Eric Ecstasy planted those feet very firmly. Shima could not get all 250-plus pounds over. And now Eric Ecstasy taking control. But Shima gets him over that second time after the extra momentum in the ropes.
Well, that's really all I wanted to come in and say, Joe, because this is just excitement personified here in IWC in the tag team ranks. So thank you for giving me a few seconds. Good luck here with Sweeney.
My pleasure, Chuck. Near fall after the Crystal Pistol from Shima Zion.
The Crystal Pistol, well, let me tell you something about that. The reason that Chuck came by was he likes to hang around me. That's why he came by. He didn't care about what he just said. I mean, I don't know if he meant it. He wanted to be around me.
He looked good in your boa, though.
I know. I put it on him too. I thought he did look good. It works with the colors that he's wearing.
Shima Zion trying to fight off Eric Ecstasy, just outsized here. Deep crotch, no pun intended, leading into the overhead suplex by Eric Ecstasy. And he's mocking Ray Rowe. And not many people do that and live to tell about it. And Ecstasy and Rowe, nose to nose, face to face, were about ready for an explosion. Was there even a tag?
I don't believe so.
Idol and Shima from behind. Did not work. And that takes care of that problem. Rowe and Ecstasy dispose of Idol and Shima, and they're right back in each other's face. They've forgotten about the tag titles for a second here.
Wait a minute.
Gory drop kicks Rowe into Eric Ecstasy, and the Gambinos want no part of it again. Very smart.
Very smart, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, theoretically, they shouldn't be until last fall anyway. You know, these teams got to decide who's going to fight the champions at the end.
Double suplex attempt. Wait a second. All 8 men getting involved. We're going to see the damnedest suplex we've ever seen. No counter.
Oh, big 8-man counter.
The damnedest reverse suplex. Look out! 4 bodies hurled to the mat uncontrollably. You talk about wanting to soften up an opponent. You talk about wanting to get involved. You talk about putting it all on the line. That's what these 4 teams are doing. A very dangerous quadruple suplex. And I'm surprised it took this long, to be totally honest with you. But we have degenerated into a brawl outside the ring. The Mafia and then Gambino's continuing their history. In the ring, it's Idol and Gory going one-on-one. Maverick scurrying away like the coward he is. Fans got to run for cover as well. Ray Rowe has been busted open as the Gambinos collide head-to-head.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's Rowe's blood. Wait a second. Gory and Idol over top. Double helos. Takes down 4 different men.
Is that called a double flying catfish right there?
Mafia down. Gambino's down. As the crowd explodes in this great high-risk offense. This is a great example, Sweeney, of exactly what the tag team titles mean to these 4 teams.
No doubt about that. Shima Zion.
Shima Zion risks his life whenever he's on the top. Look out! Corkscrew! I believe that might have been the Mary Lou Retton splash.
I think it was. You know, Sheena and Mary Lou go way back.
Oh, no.
And you can tell that her tutelage paid off here tonight.
Eric's gonna fly. Dear God. Eric, he's lost a hell of a lot of weight, but he's still a big boy. Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Rowe's got Eric. Oh no. Look out. Powerbomb! God! Rowe wipes out 6 different bodies at once. Ray Rowe just powerbombed a 250-pound man outside the ring. That is inhuman strength. Well, now what? Together. Rowe's got...
No.
Don't do... Look out! Into the wall! This matchup getting dangerously close to us. Gory got vaulted about 20 feet into this solid wall. No give whatsoever. Thank you. Chris Maverick not showing a lot of remorse.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay over here for a little bit. Hi guys. Hey, how's it going?
All right, brother. How you doing? Yeah, absolutely. How can you not be? This is incredible action.
Marshall Gambino punishing Shima Zion. I can see you cowering for cover. That shows your true character.
He's not a wrestler, Dombrowski.
That's
just
right.
Like you're back here doing.
I am managing. I am orchestrating from afar.
Did you hear that kick Ray Rowe just buried into the gut of Marshall Gambino? Idol and Mickey.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Stay away from me, guys. I'm done.
Maverick getting the hell out of here. Idol, martial arts kicks to Mickey Gambino here on the outside, and everybody's got a bail. Look out.
The paterfamilias of IWC, Norm Connors out here directing traffic.
And Ray Rowe still has not shown any emotion in this matchup thus far. He is just having a good time, but he's not showing it. Rowe is a killing machine out there, as it's J-Rock working on Shima. Rowe with a hell of a chop to Mickey. My God.
You know, there's something about chops. They hurt more if you're down in that position than Mickey was just in.
The ball right in front of us here.
But Dombrowski's heading for cover, not me.
I'm not stupid.
Larry Sweeney embedded. Wait a minute. Corey get up top. Oh my God. Oh my God.
He was 25 feet. Up 25 feet. Jason Gorey put his life on the line. Tag team title.
That was crazy.
The damnedest risk I have ever seen. Jason Gorey has got to be 20, 25 feet to the floor on top of 6 or 7 bodies. Gorey is a madman, a man possessed for his first gold here in IWC.
Oh no, not more. Look at Ray Rowe.
But it took so much out of Gorey as well. Rowe just scoops up, puts him inside the ring. And it made it a whole lot worse for Gorey. Look out. There's brawling continuing all over this building. Oh my God. Double overhead suplex on both Shima Zion and Jason Gorey. Babyface Fire got burned.
That was a nice little segue there too. Babyface Fire got burned.
Ray Rowe, spear to the ground. Rowe still hasn't shown any emotion at all. He is a stone-faced killer in there, as action now spilling back inside the ring, and we haven't even had our first elimination.
Oh God.
Oh no. Everybody's got the same idea.
Except Ray Rowe.
Yeah, Rowe doesn't like that plan. Look out. Ecstasy. Hit with a German. Ecstasy is still about 250, 260. And Justin Idol in a precarious position. Watch J-Rock. Doomsday device. Cleveland Mafia in control 2-0. I don't know how anybody's kicking out after the high impact action we have seen. This takes Boiling Point, this takes this entire competitive rivalry to a whole new level. And J-Rock and Ray Rowe feel that the time is right for the first elimination of this match. Unbelievable pace these 8 men have set. Oh, wait a second. Gambino scooping out Rowe. J-Rock going for the one-hit quitter, that Death Valley driver. 4 counters out of it. Now Shima Zion hammering away on J-Rock, but J-Rock outpowers him. Oh, look out. Military press. Drops him. No, Shima Zion. Crucifix bomb. He got 3.
Oh my God. Mav's happy.
Certainly is. Shima Zion with a big victory. We are down to a 3-way dance now. Sexual harassment. Gambino brothers and Babyface Fire. Check out Justin Idol. Snapmare hard kick to the spine. Can you believe how much has been taken out of all 8 of these men so far?
I can't believe they're still moving as quickly as they are, or that Gorey is even on his feet at all.
What goes through somebody's mind? 25 feet off a balcony. Unbelievable. It's Idol and Gorey in the ring right now. Idol, lateral press, gets 2.5. If this has not been a great example of what these tag titles mean to these individuals, I don't know what is. Tag has been made. Eric Ecstasy in now. Legal with Gory. Double back elbow.
The big whip off there.
Gory gets the foot up.
And the Gambinos have switched corners. I wonder what the reasoning is behind that.
Over at belly suplex. Alrighty, maybe the action was going into that corner a little less. I don't know. Tagged to Mickey, however, and still not too enthused about coming in. They don't really have to. Well, he's just going to open the cover. Lateral press, only gets 2. Gambinos really are not obligated to do any work until it's down to 2 teams. They've been perfectly happy sitting back, letting the Mafia, Harassment, Babyface Fire do the work. And certainly that's not always going to work because these other 2 teams have the exact same strategy in mind. Drop down.
Oh, man alive.
Into the knees of Mickey Gambino. Great double team offense. Cover 2 and put on the rope. Jason Gory, as much as he's taken out of himself and had taken out of him, still knows where he is in the ring. Automatically put right back up there in that bottom rope. Oh. Marshall, sharp kick right to the midsection of Shima. Really no call for that, just insult to injury at this point. Gory in no condition or position to make a tag right now. And certainly very smart of the Gambinos and Harassment to isolate Jason Gory, considering how much he's had taken out of him so far, would you say?
No doubt about that. I mean, you know I don't like Jason Gory. I don't like anything about him. I think he's a moron. And he actually kind of proved that he's a moron by jumping off that balcony here tonight. But you can't take anything away from his guts. His guts and his go. I mean, man alive.
Jason Gory with an overhead flipping DDT on Justin Idol. Very innovative use of momentum by one half of Babyface Fire. As now Gory can get the tag. Shima Zion tagged into this matchup. Series of clotheslines. Shot for Marshall, shot for Eric. Making a few more enemies than he needs to in there, and took his eye off Idol.
Yeah, he can't do that. He's a crafty one. Wait a minute. Okay.
On the outside, Gambino's working on Ecstasy. Meanwhile, Idol in the ring with Shima. Rolls Idol forward. Great chain wrestling here, administered by Zion. Over Idol. Stops the back.
Oh, beautiful. If he can go for, nope.
Cover, here comes Eric after the inverted DDT.
He would have had him there if Eric wasn't there. Old Eric Ecstasy.
Oh. Eric sets him up. Look out. Might be going for the, Eric was going for the STD, the sexually transmitted driver, but Zion counters it into yet another. Inverted DDT takes the big man down.
He doesn't have enough to go for a pin, though. And here we go.
I don't believe Eric's the legal man. From Lust to Dust, countered by Idol. That would have been it. Wait a second. Idol.
Whoa.
Drops him with the Idolizer. Count of 2, but Gory interrupts. That would have been it for Shima Zion. Idolizer connects. Gory takes down Idol. And what about the guts of Jason Gory? Back in the ring already. Charging through with a clothesline. Sends his body through the ropes for maximum impact.
And look out. You can see there's not as much behind those punches as there was at the beginning of the match, but how could there be?
All fatigue setting in.
Caught him
down.
I think he got him with the fist there.
Idol able to take Gory down and able to go up top. Gory rolling to safety. Idol now going to turn his target to Shima Zion. Wait a second. Maverick's on the apron. Checking out. Wait a
minute. Mav just kicked Jason Gory. Why would he do that?
He kicked Gory, but that saved Shima Zion. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
He's just hanging out on the apron. What's up with that?
Elevated Lust to Dust. Idol dropped right on his head. That's 3. Harassment's been eliminated. But what were Maverick's 2 intentions?
Wait a minute.
Maverick. He's assaulting Shima.
And that's the one he likes.
According
to you, you must not like him that much.
Happy ending by ecstasy. Maverick just kicked Gory. He has assaulted Shima Zion. Did Chris Maverick strike a deal with sexual harassment? Unbelievable.
Well, wow, we've seen a major change here. Maverick now allied with sexual harassment.
Gambino's go for this end up, drop him hard face first. There were rumors for months that Maverick's been upset with Shima Zion choosing a team with Jason Gory. It seems that Maverick just couldn't put on that fake smiling face anymore. He signed with sexual harassment, or signed them, I should say.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, you can't blame well, yeah, sure you can.
Marshall Gambino standing on the
Hold on, I wasn't done. I was thinking right there. Shima and Gory got to smarten up. They got to grow up. Time to they should have taken out the trash months ago.
Side slam 2 count. Well, certainly Maverick's months of denying allegations of unrest have certainly been answered, but cannot believe Maverick would choose here and now the most important tag title match of the year to show his true colors. But it's Marshall Gambino, one after the reigning champions, left with babyface fire.
I have some rusty pipes. You know what that means, Dombrowski? You ever heard that expression?
I believe I have.
That's what I got, brother. 2 count.
Near fall situation. Certainly this matchup going to take a lot out of everybody, those involved, those calling it. So much energy behind this action as Marshall Gambino now continues to ground the flyer, Shima Zion, just wrenching in with that chin lock. And certainly when you're a guy the size of Marshall Gambino, that's going to have quite a bit of effect.
Yeah, tremendous mismatch when it comes to size. These two guys in the ring. Shima really packs a punch for a guy his size, but there's no way he can match up to the big boy Marshall Gambino.
And Jason Gory is just now finally back onto the apron. And referee trying to position both teams in opposite corners. But Jason Gory may not have any idea where he is right now. Favoring the neck. Almost too tired to even clap right now. Jason Gory has just pushed himself so far, he may not have anything left for now, which is in fact crunch time. And Mickey Gambino picking up right where Marshall Gambino left off with the chin lock, but Shima regains the vertical base.
There we go, tag to Gory.
Wait a second. Wow! Somehow channeled a second, third win. Springboard drop kick. Lateral press 2, says referee Bobby Williams. Marshall Gambino in the ring, and referee quickly losing control one more time.
You know, Marshall's got to stay out of the ring. He, a guy his size, being in the ring this long, even just being out there.
Whoa! UAS, how did he do that? Mickey interrupts.
I can't believe that. I mean, just being out there, the nerves of being in front of the crowd and, wrestling a match, they take so much out of you, let alone all the moves of running around, the bumping, the jumping off a 25-foot balcony. And at this point, a guy like Marshall Gambino, I think Mickey's going to have to carry the brunt of the work for this team.
Mickey got a 2 count off of a suplex, but Shima spins Mickey right around into the neck breaker. Lateral press, new champions, no.
Wait a minute. Who's that?
That's Jimmy DeMarco.
What's Jimmy DeMarco doing here?
The cousin of the Gambino brothers.
The cousin of the Gambinos? Wait a minute. Something smells fishy.
Part of that reformed family. We saw them 2 months ago. All the Gambinos back on the same page, and DeMarco has that steel chair he's been brandishing for months as well. Gambinos opened their eyes, so to speak, saw DeMarco's way of thinking. It looks like
no DQ situation.
This is not. Gory didn't use the chair. It was a defensive maneuver. Drop kick to the face. Double cover. 2 new champions.
Oh, Nelly. We got new champions here. There's Team Catface.
IWC Tag Team Champions, BabyFace
Shima Zion, Jason Gory, perhaps the best night of their careers. They finally, whether they realize it's a good thing or not, they get rid of the excess baggage that is Chris Maverick, and they reach the top of the tag team mountain. Shima Zion and Jason Gory their first gold of any kind here in IWC. They are the new IWC Tag Team Champions. Second Gambino reign has ended. And regardless of your personal opinions, Mr. Sweeney, I can't think of two guys more deserving. Boy and Sheila put their lives on the line to attempt to attain this goal.
Oh, I can think of more people more deserving, but I'm not going to get into that. There's no taking away from these guys. They put in a tremendous effort here tonight. That was a tremendous match. Jason Gory literally put his life on the line. Now, they deserve the belt, I guess.
A brand new era for Babyface Fire. No more shenanigans with Chris Maverick, and they are now the Tag Team Champions. What about Chris Maverick? He screwed himself over. He could be representing the Tag Champions right now, but no, the jealousy drove him in another direction. Maverick with sexual harassment, but Babyface Fire with the IWC Tag Team titles. In the ring every 60 seconds, a new entrant will enter. Elimination over the top rope, both feet touch the floor. Whoever's the last man standing gets a title shot.
Who's the number one? He's in 182 pounds. He's one half of sexual harassment, Justin Idol.
Whoever wins will receive a championship shot next month right here in this building at whomever the IWC Heavyweight Champion is. Justin Idol, number one, certainly still very banged up. He's had about 20 minutes to rest as a result of our live intermission. But I'll tell you what, that's certainly still very discombobulated and backwash is Justin Idol as he enters this contest. And it's very clear that his opponent is going to be somebody that he's all too familiar with. Oh, look out. Shima Zion is number one, waiting for a bell here to start this matchup out. The first 60-second interval has begun. Shima charged with a clothesline back elbow. Zion and Idol got to be running on empty after that unbelievable four-team elimination matchup we just saw. The crown Shima Zion and Jason Gory, the brand new tag team champions. Satellite head Justin Idol, and Shima on top of Justin Idol, mounting it. And look at Chris Maverick at ringside, Shima's former advisor, now advising Just Incredible and Eric Ecstasy. And you can see both men brawling. In the center of the ring, now over towards the corner. As we are set for another participant. Who is it gonna be? Who's number 3? Oh, it's Hentai. Norm Connor selected the number. Norm Connors said Hentai could be in this matchup. Early night, Hentai attacked a helpless kid, Michael the Bomber Facade. As a result, Norm Connors put him in this matchup. Norm Connors got to pick the number. That number is 3. Hentai's going to have to go through all 16 individuals if he's going to earn a title shot next month against whomever the champion is. And check this out. Hentai and Justin Idol working in tandem. An alliance you wouldn't expect to see, but certainly the stakes of this matchup are going to make for some very strange bedfellows. Just based on everybody wanted to eliminate all the competition, double knees, crossbody in the corner. Shima Zion, a great athlete, but got to be a shell of his former self right now. And the buzzer sounds. The next entrant on the way. Oh, it's Eric Ecstasy, the sexual icon. And notice the acknowledgement between Eric and Chris Maverick. Look out. Hentai drops the Aces High splash on Shima. And Shima, it looks like Shima does not have an ally in the world in the hesitation headbutt, I guess you could say. Both members of sexual harassment in the ring against one member of Babyface Fire and Hentai just standing back surveying the scene. And I can't believe Hentai and sexual harassment are working in tandem, but trust me, they don't have the same views on life. They're not on the same side as far as this company goes. They just have a common goal to chuck bodies and get to that final, the end of this matchup to challenge for the heavyweight title. Sterling James Keenan going to be entering later on. Don't know when he's going to come out, but certainly he has major stakes on the line as well. He could buy 3 months worth of effort if he wins this Rumble here tonight as Justin Idol with a huge splash. And the buzzer sounds. Here comes the new face, Jason Corey, back up for Shima Zion. Drop kick to Eric FC. Hentai take it down as well. Ditto that for Justin Idol. And Jason Gorey has got to be, even though the freshest man in this matchup entry-wise, got to be so weak, so tired after diving 20, 25 feet off a balcony and just continuing throughout that matchup and somehow winning the tag team titles. Watch Hentai. Hentai's got Idol and Shima, and they're both gone. Easy pickings based on the punishment they withstood. And Eric and Gorey as well. They're done, and just like that, Hentai has 20 seconds to rest, to recoup, and Hentai, whether we like it or not, seems to be the favorite going into the next entrance. Oh, wait a second. Gorey and Zion going after Chris Maverick at ringside, justifiably so, and sexual harassment and Babyface Fire still fighting it out as we're about to see the next entrant on the way. This will be entrant number 6. Uh-oh. That's Michael the Bomber Facade. Hentai doesn't notice it. Hentai does not realize. Look out. Sprints in. Spinning heel kick to Hentai. Hentai assaulted Facade earlier tonight. Very unprovoked attack. Facade now with a chance to gain a measure of revenge. Sends him in for the ride, but Hentai meets him with a hard kick. Facade attempting revenge here, but Hentai just too much for the youngster. 24 seconds. Facade lasts in that ring before Hentai disposes of him, and Hentai's got another breather. Looks like Hentai certainly the odds-on favorite to win the championship match thus far. If this match continues to go this way, what if Shirley defeats Ricky Reyes here tonight? We get a Shirley versus Hentai for the IWC heavyweight title next month. How unprecedented would that be? How would the Unholy Alliance stay on the same page through that? As the countdown continues. There's the buzz. Oh, check this out. Big Daddy of Destruction, J-Rock, one half of the Cleveland Mafia, hits the ring. Hentai was waiting for him. J-Rock slams him down with a hard spine buster. And whether you like J-Rock or you hate him, certainly nobody is a fan of the Unholy Alliance, and they love to see somebody take it to Hentai. These fans don't want to see the Unholy Alliance in the IWC title picture anytime soon. And certainly Norm Connors has had a smart move, if you ask me, putting Hentai in this matchup. That way just about everybody in the locker rooms can have a piece of this guy. And certainly the odds of winning, despite doing well so far, slim to none when you're drawing number 3. And Hentai battles out of the one-hitter quitter. J-Rock is going to deposit him on the outside. Hentai tried to send J-Rock over. J-Rock puts on the brakes. Look out here. Oh, couldn't do it the second time. He does hang on the second time. Hentai charged to give it a drop kick. J-Rock is history. And just in time for the next entrant. Uh-oh. Two of the most hated men in this company. Bubba the Bulldog. Bubba and Hentai been in this company longer than perhaps anybody else, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. Bubba instrumental in the formation of IWC 7 years ago. What a statement it would make in Bubba's ongoing crusade to draw the attention of Kurt Angle. And he won the IWC title next month. Angle slam attempt countered. Low blow by Hentai, and Bubba's gone. Hentai is on a mission here. Hentai's a one-man army. I don't like him, but I respect him. I respect coming back from that match with Troy Lawrence a month ago and having such an impressive showing in this Rumble, body after body, that would love to have Hentai's head on a stake, and Hentai's going through them one by one. Four seconds till the next entrant comes out. No idea who's in this talent pool. No idea who's next. This is number 9 coming out next. Who is it? Nobody coming through the curtain. Gotta believe it might have been somebody who had a match early tonight, only to be injured or left unable to appear and compete in this match. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody in that tag team match too hurt to come out. Give credit to everybody who did, but I wouldn't blame anybody. And Hentai throws out a phantom entrance. Would not blame anybody for not being able to continue through another match after the brutality we've seen tonight already here at IWC. A call to arms 3, and Hentai doing a little cardio, keeping himself warmed up. And I don't know who number 9 was supposed to be. I don't know who 9 was supposed to be. We have our buzzer for the next guy. What the hell is going on here? Norm Connors. Looks like we have another entrant that's not coming out here. I have no clue. Well, obviously, so many bodies have been hurt tonight. So many casualties, so many broken bones and wounded wrestlers. I'm again not surprised that there are 2 men in this Rumble that would love to compete for a title shot, but just are not able to do it. And I'm being joined by Chuck Roberts now. And Chuck,
all I can tell you so far is Norm tells me these idiots refuse to come out. Well, that's all. I don't know who he means.
So it's not an injury. We have people to take these spots.
Right. These idiots refuse to come out. That's all I can tell you right now.
It's okay. Thank you very much for the update, Chuck. But I mean, it's not a bad strategy to wait. I mean, the luck of the draw is in your favor if you draw a later number. But these guys are risking disqualification if they don't come out.
Is Norm Connors needs to bring out a little mistletoe and hold it above this guy to give an excuse to kiss his little boyfriends. Because every time you come out, you can sense this tension.
What the?
Now more important business than you piece of crap sitting in the seats. Hentai, here's the deal.
Gambino family.
You help us out in giving Vendetta the title shot he deserves, since he's the most dominating, cunning, most talented newcomer in IWC's history, or you're going to pay the
consequences. Well, Hentai used to strengthen numbers. Now he's at the disadvantage. 4-on-1. And Hentai, I think, is going along with it. The Gambinos certainly showing of their new attitude. They were not fans of Hentai in recent months, but seems they're giving their devil their due and putting personal differences aside in order to help Vendetta get what they think he deserves, and that's a shot at the IWC title. Whoever's coming in next, I feel sorry for. Oh, God. I take that statement back. Ray Rowe, the killing machine, on the way to the ring. Overhead suplex. Good night, Jimmy DeMarco. Mickey gonna try. Belly on belly. Nice guy gets taken down. Marshall, 280. 280 gets T-boned. Down and out. Overhead for Vendetta as well. Hentai gonna charge. Much the same fate. Look out. Overhead suplex for Hentai. Ray Rowe just took a 5-on-1 disadvantage and disintegrated it. Marshall Gambino is history. Big Kid Vendetta from behind. And I know they did not expect to be taking on someone like Ray Rowe, they thought they had the advantage, but certainly, regardless of how many bodies you have in there, you're not going to have an advantage over somebody like Ray Rowe. And 3 men are trying to put this guy over the top. He's got a death grip on that top rope. Hentai going to back up and regain his wind. Smart move, and it's not going to get any better. Hell is empty, the devil is here. SJK, Sterling James Keenan. We got 3 guys trying to get Ray over the top still, not budging him an inch. Sterling in the ring, wait a second. Oh, looks like Sterling might have been about to help the Gambinos with Ray Rowe, but no such doing. Sterling sees the numbers disadvantage. Mickey gets deposited to the outside. DeMarco on top of his cousin Marshall. Sterling hammering away on Vendetta. Sterling defeated Vendetta earlier tonight. Remember, Vendetta and DeMarco trying to pull the wool over the officials' eyes, get Sterling disqualified. That almost ended Sterling's championship hopes. Sterling has the chance to avenge that right now, along with Ray Rowe. And Sterling and Ray Rowe together, what a hell of a combination this is. Seconds away from another individual entering. The Gambino family helping each other to the back. Certainly, this plan didn't go as smoothly as they intended. And Ray Rowe, oh, Larry Sweeney's back. I was wondering why he wasn't over here bugging me. Rowe choking Hentai in the corner, and Sweeney and Sterling going to double team Vendetta. Sweeney and Sterling have had their encounters in the past. This is not an alliance I was expecting, but certainly you do what you got to do to get to that heavyweight championship shot. Heavyweight title is the most prized spot in the entire promotion, and are we seeing a double Garvin stomp for the love of God? Only Larry Sweeney would think of that. Sweeney already got the straps down, already means business before the match even starts. Wait a second, Vendetta, death grip on that top rope. 2 men, Sterling and Sweeney, trying to put him over the top. Buzzer sounds, Reyes Hentai elevated. Oh, here comes the shooter. Brent Albright has entered the Rumble. Brent Albright would love an opportunity to capture the championship. Vendetta tossed to the outside, he's done for. And Sweeney, humiliated by Albright earlier tonight, back jumping it. Not surprising. Sweeney and Albright one-on-one. Puts on the brakes. Sweeney is history. Albright 2-0 over Sweeney. Oh, but as great as the shooter is, as great as the former OVW heavyweight champion is, only so much you can do when you're in there with Ray Rowe and Sterling James Keenan. Albright, he can sense he's in trouble, that's for sure. Gotta wonder how the Gambinos manipulated all their numbers to be one after the other consecutively. Gotta be some shady business behind that as well, but that's neither here nor there right now. As Albright now hammers away on Sterling James Keenan. Ray Rowe getting involved as well. Hentai, number 3, still in this match. Oh no. Dean Radford, who by the way is number 16, he is the last to enter this matchup in the official field of 16. Radford hammering away on everybody moving. Radford, he has a long and storied history with Sterling, dating back months and months and months. And certainly anybody on the IWC roster also a target. Gotta believe Radford and Hentai would be double teaming in due time here. Unholy Alliance would, you'd have to think, band together to get rid of Rowe, Albright, and Sterling. And Radford sends Albright reeling with that twisting clothesline. And Sterling and Matt reigniting their war from years past in the corner as Hentai tries to muscle Rowe up. Hentai's a hell of a powerful guy, but that may be a little too much. Oh, wait a second. Hentai and Radford directing traffic Wait a second, CJ Sensation. Double team on Sterling. Look out, CJ just pulled the rope down. Measure of revenge again from CJ Sensation and Dean Radford. He puts another one over on the Alliance. I love it. The Unholy Alliance advantage has been eliminated. And it's down to Sterling, James Keenan, Ray Rowe, Brent Albright, and Hentai. 4 very worthy candidates of the heavyweight championship crown. All 4 I could definitely picture winning this match. Oh no, Sterling's done. Rowe's done. Oh, it's down to Hentai and Albright. Hentai thinks he won. Hentai, who came in at number 3, certainly got to be tired. Albright came in at number 15. He's still relatively fresh. Reversal by the shooter. Beautiful. Satellite head scissors by Hentai, takes the big man over. Hurricane Rana. Beautifully done again by Hentai. Say what you want about him, you can't take away his technical skill, his grace in the ring, but Albright eliminate, no! Hentai hangs on, skins the cat. Hentai skins the cat. Wait a second. Albright pushed him off, he wins it! Brent Albright is victorious. Victorious, and there's a couple of
Albright will receive an IWC Championship match next month at a new beginning 2.
Sterling and Ray Rowe not happy about it, but they respect Albright being able to outlast that field of 16. Brent Albright is victorious. He gets a heavyweight championship shot at whoever the champion may be next month right here in the Core Time Sports Center. Brent Albright may be the next IWC champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is one half of our double main event. It is scheduled for the best 2 of 3 falls, and it will be for the IWC Super Indy Championship.
This is a match almost 2 years in the making. The Rottweiler, the former TNA X Division champion. You can call him low-key, call him senshi, whatever you want. He is ruthless and he is deadly. And we're going to find that out firsthand, Chris Maverick, in this match.
Weighing at 190 pounds,
and Low-Key is dressed to go the distance. He's got the athletic shorts on. He knows this could be a very, very long night ahead of him, but he is prepared. Not only prepared for it, he, along with McChesney, requested this match become 2 out of 3 falls.
2 out of 3 falls. That means, that's wrestling. It's not just 1 wrestling match. It's 3 wrestling matches potentially in a row for both men. I wouldn't want to wrestle Low-Key once.
I'm with you. Their first meeting was at Super Indy 4 when McChesney upset Low-Key to win the Super Indy title. Their second meeting.
Super Indy Champion, the fabulous McChesney.
The second match this past March, Low-Key avenged that loss, defeating the fabulous John McChesney, himself capturing the Super Indy Championship, even the series at 1. This past summer, the rematch, time limit draw. We are 1-1-1 in the past 3 meetings. What a better way to determine the victor and the true better man than best of 3 falls. John McChesney McChesney. Look at the focus on the man's face. Eyeing low-key. Low-key eyeing John McChesney. Both men know the war, the hellacious war they are about ready to step into. Both men have felt the worst the other has to offer, and somehow survived it, but barely. This match could push those past bouts. It could push it to new limits.
And when it comes down to it, this isn't even really about the Super Indy Championship. This is about both men trying to prove they're better.
And there you see the Super Indy Championship. Now you mentioned that it's really not about the title. The title is a backdrop to the personal and professional feelings both men have for each other. They would love to be the champion. McChesney is in his third reign as Super Indy Champion. Low-key would love to begin his second. As the bell sounds, we're officially underway. I am Joe Dombrowski ringside, along with Chris Maverick. Both men would love, even more than capturing the Super Indy title, would love to prove something to the other. That's what this is about. It is about personal pride. Remember McChesney earlier in the year? He was talking about how it wasn't about the title to him. It was about proving to himself that he was on Low-Key's level. I don't think there's any speculation or any doubt on any of our minds that John McChesney can go one-on-one with Low-Key any night of the week and go one-on-one with just about anybody else in this business and bring that ferocity and compete on that level. But McChesney, he's got to prove it to himself emphatically.
I mean, last time these two were in the ring, and it wasn't even a match, Low-Key told McChesney himself that McChesney's on his level. He said, let me take you to that next level. Let me make you a superstar. And that's what we're seeing here. I mean, McChesney is getting the better of Low-Key at this moment, and that quickly it turns around.
Well, it's back and forth chain wrestling. These guys know each other very well, as we mentioned. Their fourth meeting, and all three of their meetings in prior times have been absolute wars. Both men have left with discolored skin, bruised and wounded body parts. McChesney quick to get to the rope. Those ropes are going to be McChesney's friend in this matchup. McChesney, and I'm even to this day, I'm a little surprised saying it, but McChesney can match Low-Key in a striking game, but he cannot match Low-Key in a submission game. Low-Key has that vicious dragon clutch, that dragon sleeper that's put many men away. Look at the focus on it. It's as Larry Zbyszko said for so many years, the human game of chess. Both men trying to think 2 or 3 moves ahead of the other, and Low-Key gets the advantage of that exchange. You can see McChesney slightly frustrated, but not going to let that deter him or his strategy, as both men have not taken their eyes off one another, not just in this match, but since McChesney emerged from the curtain.
Well, one of the things you have to realize is, these are two guys who normally come out of the curtain, go all out, throw everything into it the second they get here. This is a little different. You can't throw everything into the first ball, because even if you win the first ball, you still got to beat the other man again. You got to save something in the tank.
And certainly this is a situation where both men have so much mutual respect and admiration for one another. Win, lose, or draw, both men know that they're in for a fight, and both men know they were in the ring with one of the best in the world. It's certainly that's a sharp contrast to what you're used to, Chris Maverick, as we saw you.
I'm frequently surrounded by the best in the world.
You end a years-long personal and professional relationship with Zion over your jealousy of him.
I'm not jealous of anybody.
Teaming with Jason Gory, and you've signed with a new team, and you screwed yourself because your old team won the belts.
It happens. It's not jealousy. You got to understand. I've got to be on the cusp of fashion, the cusp of music. Shima Zion, yesterday's news. Yesterday's news.
Well, we'll see about that in future months, but right now we're going to see today's news is Low-Key and John McChesney. Low-Key grabs a wrist lock on the Fabulous One. I've memories back to the past meetings between these guys when Low-Key tried to literally suffocate John McChesney at Super Indy 4, but McChesney, the first strike of the contest belongs to Low-Key. And low-key, measuring McChesney, positioning the referee, positioning himself right where he wants him. And low-key was ready for whatever would happen there. McChesney and low-key still eyeing each other up.
Davis is back on his feet.
Look at the determination. But thinking back to McChesney, getting that second burst of adrenaline. As we have a 1 count, low-key quick to get the shoulder up, matching low-key chop for chop as the crowd exploded. McChesney exploded. On that very moment, if you ask me, Chris Maverick, that's when John McChesney arrived at that next level. And
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that John McChesney arrived at that moment. John McChesney is he is the fabulous one.
Right.
He's a great wrestler. He's a great technical wrestler. He's a great aerial specialist. He's a great all-around athlete. It's not that he achieved the next level. I think that's just when everybody noticed.
And McChesney continued to establish that month after month after month, beating the then X Division champion Chris Daniels in a cage, beating AJ Styles, Shannon Moore, Chris Hill, Claudio Castelli, hard strike by Loki, martial arts style. But doing all that, the catalyst to that seemed to be matching chop for chop with Loki, beating Loki. And that wave of momentum really didn't stop.
He beat all previous Super Indy champions in one match.
Exactly, Super Indy High Challenge. But that wave of momentum by McChesney didn't stop until he met Loki again, and Loki took his Super Indy title last March. Things went full circle for McChesney. I think that sort of had a psychological effect on the Fabulous One. He needed that rematch to prove who really was the better man, and I know Loki, ever the competitor, he wanted it as well. A pinning combination. McChesney tried to bridge up, but Loki drives all his weight down the body of McChesney, kicking away at the quadricep muscle. That's the biggest muscle in the human body. That took out McChesney's leverage, and McChesney's shoulders, were down for almost a count of 3.
Joe, I think the biggest muscle in the human body is the heart.
Well, when you're dealing with John McChesney, that may very well be the case, as Loki continues to slowly grind away at the Fabulous One. Look out. Loki saw his opening. McChesney on his knees. Loki bearing those stiff martial arts kicks. McChesney counters the third. Sweeps the legs. Cradle 2, no. And you talk about knowing each other's style. You talk about doing your homework. That's what 3 prior meetings, one of which being, I believe, a 20-minute, 30-minute, however much it was, time limit draw, you're going to know the tendencies and the nuances of the other guy. McChesney knows Loki does the 3-kick combo, final one to the head, had that scouted. And what a road it's been for John McChesney to climb back up as Super Indy Champion. First chop advantage, low-key. Impact speaks for itself.
And if I know these two, you're about to see 80 more of those anytime now.
John McChesney spent about 8 months as a great Muta-like elbow by Loki gets 2, crawling back up the ranks, overcoming Delirious and Daisy Hayes, of course, to win that title again. And now that he's conquered that mountain, he goes back to the one situation you could never fully dominate. He goes back to the one if factor in his career. That's whether or not he decisively beat Loki and prove to be the better man, or if Loki is the better man. And there's no shame losing to Loki.
There's no, I mean, John McChesney won the second he stepped in the ring with Loki. I mean, he's won the respect of everybody else, and now he's done it 3 times since. It's insanity.
You could count on one hand the amount of people in this locker room who have beaten Loki and still have quite a few fingers left over. He had very few times has his shoulder's been pinned to the mat, and with the exception of Ricky Reyes making him tap out. Ricky Reyes, with the exception of him, I cannot think of the last time I've seen Loki defeated in an IWC ring, with the exception of John McChesney. Loki has that front chancery cinched in, and you know, if you ever shaken hands with Loki, you know how tightly that's got to be gripped around John McChesney's throat.
And that's a friendly handshake.
Exactly. Well, by his standards.
I'm trying to not say a bad word about Loki. You got to understand. I mean, he might hear this tape. I value my safety.
Elevates Loki, cat-like balance on the edge of that apron. McChesney hits him with an elbow. Oh no, look out. Oh God. right into the face with that front kick.
I believe we've just seen fall number 1, Joe.
That same kick literally knocked CJ Sensation loopy at the first Super Indy tournament in 2002, but McChesney kicks out. And low-key with the body scissors, just trying to wear away slowly all of the air out of the body of John McChesney, going to force it out of him. Because both these guys, they're tested to go to the distance. They are of no shortage of endurance. If this matchup went 60 minutes, I would not be surprised.
Well, I mean, you said we've seen a 30-minute time limit draw from these two. We could have 3 30-minute balls here. We could potentially be here all night, Joe.
Loki knows that he's not going to tire John McChesney out by conventional means. He is going to force the air and energy out of John McChesney's anatomy to squeeze at those rib cages so he can't get any air into that body. And you can see McChesney breathing heavily now. That had its effect. Hard slam by Loki.
It's a fabulous one.
Look at this elevated Boston Crab, burying the knee into the small of the back to help bend the spine almost in half.
Now here's where you want to make a decision. The question here is, do you want to tap out here and save yourself for the next 2 falls, or do you want to fight through this and then have nothing left? I mean,
and risk permanent injury, or risk injury at the very least to hinder you in this match. Is Loki now with a bow and arrow. But McChesney lands on top, count of 1, and Loki springs up to his feet.
Another of those knife edge shots, and back and forth.
McChesney's never been one to lay down and take it. He will match Loki with those chops. And there are very, very few people that can do that. Reyes, Samoa Joe, John McChesney's in that category. He can match chop for chop with Loki. Both these men, really natural athletes. You've seen a quick roll up out of the corner, almost fall number 1. Duck of the kick. Both men have to be so great at thinking on their feet in this matchup. There's not a second hesitation allowed. Wait a second.
2 near falls from John McChesney.
Loki drops McChesney. Face first, goes for the cover, it's 2. No room for error. You have to wrestle a flawless match if you hope to compete with either one of these men. And Loki now back to, I believe, a bear hug. Again, going to force the energy out of McChesney, going to cut off the breathing, or at least severely limit the breathing, which is going to make McChesney more susceptible as we get later on in this matchup. Not going for a submission, but he's doing a lot of damage as far as long-term in the match. Crowd trying to will McChesney on. These men are such natural athletes. We've seen a few times in this match already. They have landed on their feet from what should have been in a very nasty fall. Both these men just have such great athletic instincts in between those ropes. Ooh, there's another hell of a chop by Loki. Loki had about 3, 4, 5 months as TNA IWC Champion. He was unstoppable there. Great elevation on the drop kick. McChesney throws one of the prettiest drop kicks in the business, and it's not just pretty, it's damn sure effective. Clothesline back elbow combo by the Fabulous One, and Loki backed up into the corner. McChesney maybe sensing blood.
This says something about John McChesney. You were talking about them both, about him being on Loki's level. You might say Loki's been more fortunate in this business. He's acquired more fame, more renown.
Kick out from the missile, drop kick, beautifully done.
But he's just beat the hell out of John McChesney for a good 4 or 5 minutes now. McChesney's right back up. He's on top of this match. McChesney's in control. That's how good the Fabulous really is.
The one thing McChesney has never lacked is resilience. Suplex attempt. I believe Loki kneed McChesney in the head. Great flexibility. Northern Light suplex for the bridge. 2 and no.
Another near fall for McChesney. I mean, if we're scoring on points from near falls, you might actually have to give this to Fabulous here.
Very true.
Unfortunately, there's no points in professional wrestling.
Exactly. No judges at ringside.
Of course, I didn't think there were any instant replays either, and
well,
I was proven wrong earlier.
Well, some situations are different than others, and certainly this is not going to be a situation that merits instant replay.
This is going to be a situation that merits an ambulance.
Exactly. Oh no.
No. We've seen this before.
Martial arts strikes is setting McChesney up for the tree of woe, and that can only mean one thing. He likes to go ghetto stomp from here. Call it the ghetto stomp, the Warrior's way, whatever you wish, but McChesney knows what's coming too, and he damn sure does not want to feel it.
Got out of it.
McChesney fights out. The champion trying to get some leverage on Low-Key. Look out. Hurricane Rana takes it down. Low-Key held on. Went for the double stomp. McChesney sidesteps it. Charges in. Low-Key eats turnbuckle. Wait. The electric shock. The electric chair driver drives it down. He's beat many men with it. McChesney cover. He wins the first fall.
The winner of the first fall, fabulous John McChesney.
McChesney took advantage of the situation. He knew what Low-Key was going for. It goes back to knowing your opponent's offense. He could set not only the first double stomp coming, but the second one as well, was able to counter both, and then come back and set up perfectly for that victory roll, the electric chair driver, whatever you want to call it. Electric shock gets the victory for fall number 1, and McChesney has a little bit of a comfort zone right now, you'd have to say. The pressure's on for Low-Key. He's got to win 2 straight, but McChesney can't afford to make a mistake now.
Well, you don't want, you never want to, if he could take that second fall right now, he's got the advantage. You might as well take advantage of that.
Very true.
I was actually about to say a moment ago, I wonder, that looked like it took a lot out of him. I wonder if John had anything left for the rest of this fight. 2 more, possibly 2 more falls to go, but ever since he pinned Low-Key about 2 minutes ago, he's been on top.
And it's a situation now where McChesney just working on the head and neck of Low-Key, obviously the part of the body affected by that driver. And I think McChesney's going to take a step back and try to regroup now and rethink a new strategy for the second fall now that we're back to square one. I think McChesney's going to try to stay a few steps ahead of Low-Key because Low-Key prides himself on staying a few steps ahead of his opponent.
I don't think John McChesney's ever going to back off. Would that be smart? Maybe, maybe not.
2 count off the back suplex.
But he's taking the fight to him from the moment the second fall began, and I don't see him slowing up. That's just not how he fights.
Absolutely right. McChesney picking Low-Key back up. That could prove to be a mistake.
Yeah, you have a man down, keep him down.
McChesney rolls right into a submission attempt here, or at the very least a wear-down hold, almost a variation of a crucifix, stretching away at the neck and shoulder area of Low-Key, applying more pressure and vulnerability to the upper part of the body, which is what's targeted by that electric chair driver. And Low-Key's certainly not going to submit. The only time I've ever seen Low-Key submit is to Ricky Reyes, and that was just barely. That was only because he was passing out. This is going to do a lot of damage to Low-Key's body, but Low-Key will never let you know it. And Low-Key trying to strike as best he can here. Trying to get some leverage and position. I think Low-Key is draping a leg across McChesney now and able to get the hold broken. We are in the second fall of what is sure to be a classic to be remembered for a long time to come. The final meeting between Low-Key and John McChesney. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 more time here tonight at a Call to Arms 3.
Now what we have here, we have John McChesney accomplishing 2 things. First off, he's grounded Low-Key. That takes away the kick. The feet are very far away. Now he's holding both arms. That takes away the chop. 2 of Low-Key's biggest weapons, right? Apparently not the elbow.
And continuing to wear down on the upper body with the full Nelson. I noticed Low-Key in a sitting position, no leverage whatsoever to counter out of that, aside from those elbow strikes.
Very smart wrestling.
Well, McChesney is certainly prepared. Oh, he's going to go for 2 straight falls. An electric chair driver. Oh, the Low-Key counters. McChesney drops him with a powerbomb quickly. Didn't get a lot behind it, but was able to still maintain the advantage, stay on top of Low-Ki. And Low-Ki may have landed awkwardly right on the back of his neck. You can see him grasping it immediately. I don't think Low-Ki was ready for the impact of the mat there. Low-Ki may have been trying to keep his balance on McChesney's shoulders. McChesney had nothing to do, and he dropped him down on his neck.
That could be the advantage that McChesney.
Oh God, McChesney.
Maybe not.
Low-Ki retaliates. McChesney went for the TKO, one of his pet moves. Low-Ki saw it coming and just drills him with another sharp kick to the face. There's no way to counter that. You can block it as best you can, but I'm sorry, it's not going to do very well. That is a full force kick right at your face.
From a martial arts expert.
Exactly. From a guy who spent years training in Japan, who studied under martial arts. Wait a second, sunset flip here, and Low-Ki drops down with a double feet. The ghetto stomp right to the rib cage. We saw Low-Ki focusing on that part of the body earlier with the bear hug and the body scissors, and that's going to draw all the air out of the Fabulous One all over again.
Unfortunately, it looks like it took a lot out of Low-Ki as well. Low-Ki's on the other side of the ring. Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh!
Charging with that vaulting drop kick, sends McChesney hurling back into the corner. Got to have a whiplash type effect as well. Look out, the ghetto stomp
from
the
the
Warrior's
top rope.
way, on the way.
Oh.
Drives down to that midsection one more time. Can he get the cover?
Going for
lateral press. Low-Ki evens up the series.
The winner of the second fall, Low-Ki. The next fall will determine the winner.
And much like in their prior battles, in individual matches, they are again tied at 1. This is the rubber match.
And now, McChesney's advantage that we were speaking about has gone away. Just like before, where McChesney won the match, won a fall and was right back up. Now Low-Ki is right back up, and I think John's in trouble here. I don't know if he's got enough left to.
We're back at square one for the final time, and Low-Ki going to start with these rapid fire chops after another, buries them one by one into John McChesney's chest.
Now, normally you're just trying to drive the wind out of somebody with that. But at this point, I mean, you're talking about a guy who might have a cracked rib or 3.
Charging through with the flying forearm is Low-Ki, and more kicks to that same part of the body. McChesney's body starting to turn colors. Duck that kick again, but one step ahead of him.
Oh!
Kawada style now.
That's
Rings
it.
off the ropes. Combo kick.
That's it. Meet your new Super Indy Champion.
Very well may be. I would not be surprised. Low-Ki, 2-time Super Indy Champion, leg is hooked, and no.
Wow.
That resilience of McChesney, the ability to absorb pain, we're seeing it once again.
I'm sorry. There's no shame in just staying down. Why even kick out at this point?
Low-Ki was going for the key crusher. Well, it's that personal pride to prove which of them is truly the better man in that ring. And of course the prestige that comes with the Super Indy Championship as well. And McChesney now dazing Low-Ki with the knife edge chops. And the scowl on Low-Ki's face, certainly no accident. Low-Ki does not appreciate that, but certainly respects it.
McChesney's on top again. I was going to say pride and prestige are great, but is it worth your life?
Oh, God.
But McChesney's, I mean, the fight that they both have left in them at this point, I mean, they're both on their feet. They barely look like they're even winded, much less having fought 2 straight wrestling matches already.
And you can still see the scowl on both men's faces. You can still see the fact neither man is taking their eye off the other for 1 iota of a second. Low-Ki unloading on McChesney. Both men's chests turning various colors of red. There's the dragon clutch. Submission move here. Tap out or pass out for John McChesney. Can he counter? Low-Ki's got the body scissors. He's got it completely in. Shades of Reyes is Dragon
Go
Sleeper.
for the ropes. He's close.
But only
He's
a standing version of it.
No. Couldn't make it to the ropes.
The counter.
Oh my God.
McChesney counters. Drops it face first. McChesney brought Low-Key's weight forward and drops him face first.
When's the last time you ever saw anybody counter that?
I can't recall a time anybody's ever countered that move, especially means like that. A rope, maybe, but not like that. Give credit to John McChesney for that resourcefulness.
Sounds like the crowd's behind Fabulous right now.
Look out. McChesney, TKO time one more time. Low-Key counters out, but you can see the effort both men have put forth, the punishment both men have inflicted on each other. Super kick counters, key crusher, 99. Same with the key crusher. Low-Key's the champion. 2 now on the rope. Just by the edge of the toe, McChesney gets to the rope to break the fall.
Did he even do that on purpose, or is that like an involuntary muscle twitch that saved his title right there?
That just might be instinctive. Low-Key certainly remaining on top of McChesney. Backs him into the corner once again. You can see the toll that the brutality of this matchup has taken on both men. You can see that both men are struggling a little bit at this point, but still certainly not backing down. And those chops still got a hell of a lot behind them. Oh no, on top rope. This is gonna be dangerous here. McChesney trying to fight out. Low-Key gets crotched.
Oh wow. I don't know that I've ever seen this.
Low-Key in the tree of woe.
Oh my gosh.
McChesney.
You talked about them learning from each other.
Look out! McChesney used Low-Key's own move against him. The tree of woe. Ghetto stomp. Cover. That's gonna be, oh no! Low-Key kicks out. What an ultimate statement that would be. Pinning your opponent was one of their pet moves.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody else use that move besides Low-Key. I mean, I guess if you wrestle somebody enough times, you learn a little bit about their style. You learn.
And the fourth meeting between Low-Key and John McChesney is again at a stalemate. One of the most evenly matched contests and one of the most evenly matched rivalries we have seen in the entire history of IWC. Low-Key John McChesney, and we're still not done. These guys, amazingly, still have fight left in them. Oh no. That electric shock. Look out. Low-Key's trying to fight out. He went for that electric chair driver on the apron. He might have driven him to the floor. Super kick. Low-Key off his balance on the top.
Might have wrenched his knee there.
Very true. Landed very awkwardly on that top steel turnbuckle. And McChesney's up top again. Look out. Can't muscle him up for a suplex.
Well, I mean, he's got... How much upper body strength can he have left?
Look at the Kawada kicks. Straight to the top of the head. McChesney perched.
Oh my gosh.
Dear God. What is this? Oh! Ghetto stop on the top turnbuckle. McChesney sandwiched between a steel bolt and Low-Key's feet. Low-Key's insides may be crushed.
McChesney,
McChesney.
I mean, not even jumping off the turnbuckle. You see people climb the top turnbuckle. Low-Key jumped off the ring post onto McChesney's back on the top turnbuckle.
And absolutely no give, nowhere for McChesney to go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Damn it. Are you kidding me? Son of a...
Come on.
This is terrible. I don't even want to call this. Sebastian are going to head tie the Unholy Alliance. Low-Key's had his run-ins with the Alliance in the past. And certainly John McChesney is IWC through and through. But this, there's no need for this. Not necessary.
So, I mean, I don't... I mean, who do you disqualify here?
I don't know what to do about this situation.
I'd say that, you know, referee Bobby Williams needs help here, but I believe we fired all our other referees.
Referee's scared for his life here. This should not be allowed. There's got to be serious ramifications, fines or suspensions for interrupting this. Something that they didn't even have a part in. They just want to screw this up for the company and for the fans that were loving this match. Sickening. A disgrace. And Norm Connors, they look with bewilderment that they would actually do this. But they picked their spot. They waited until both men were exhausted, and they stole the limelight again.
That's what I'd like to know.
This is hideous. Oh, stop it. And Ty still putting the boots to low key. Let's get some kind of order here. Get somebody out here. Somebody do something.
Who? You can go up there and break it up, Joe.
That's not my job.
Not my job.
Due to outside interference, referee Bobby Williams has thrown out this match and ruled it a no contest.
An absolute travesty that the Unholy Alliance would do this. I'm a little offended right now.
And the crowd's not happy with the decision. I think a lot of people are offended. Oh, well.
Dark chastising Chuck Roberts. It's such a great match. Such a shame to see it come to that and end in such an underhanded way. Nobody in the ring wanted that. Nobody in the crowd wanted that. But Hangtime Dark want the spotlight. They want everybody watching them. So congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the only way the title can change hands is by pinfall or submission. Therefore, still, IWC Super Indy Champion, Fabulous John McChesney. And it is for the IWC Championship.
Event time here at A Call to Arms 3. Joe Dabrowski ringside, joined by Chris Maverick, the Prophet, and Sweet Sour Larry Sweeney.
That's right. Hold on, Dabrowski. I know I saw a twinkle in your eye. I expect a little smile on your face. I know the reason that Sweet Sour's back out with you. That's okay, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that look.
Of the Unholy Alliance.
All right, continue, Dabrowski. I didn't mean to get you flustered.
IWC champion of all time.
Look at Shirley Doe. I'll continue. Fine. Shirley Doe with that excellent vintage Shirley Doe t-shirt.
You gotta wait for Chuck Roberts to stop talking. You know, he talks, then we talk. That's how we do it.
Chuck Roberts, he's not a friend of mine. And you know what? The good fans of the IWC would rather listen to me speak anyway.
You were a fan of him earlier.
I know, that changed.
Regardless, Shirley Doe, two-time former IWC heavyweight champion, the longest reigning champion in history, some 18 months of that championship, could regain the championship title for a third time and get all the power and stroke backstage that comes with holding that belt. The balance of power between Norm Connors and the Unholy Alliance could shift in a big way in this match, gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
No easy task. The Rottweiler, the Havana Pitbull. The man who's reigned for 3 months now as IWC champion. On the way to the ring, Ricky Reyes.
And his opponent is making his second title defense, weighing at 192 pounds, hailing from Los Angeles by way of Havana, Cuba, the reigning IWC champion, Ricky Reyes.
Reyes took no short of confidence, no short of intensity as always. He knows the fight he's in for. He knows the history behind Shirley Doe. He knows the history behind the Unholy Alliance. And certainly, you know the history behind Shirley Doe as well, Mr. Sweeney.
What's that, Dabrowski?
Tommy, you know the history behind Shirley. He beat you to earn the title shot.
Oh, yeah, he hit me with that loaded forearm, man.
Well, very true.
You know what, though? I really can't hold it against him. I mean, I was up to certain tricks in that match as well, and I should have known.
You? I would never think that you would stoop so low, Larry.
10-foot chain in your tights.
Yeah.
Well, that was for your keys, wasn't it?
That's right.
I mean, that wasn't.
Yeah.
That was on the level.
I walked the dog earlier on, and I forgot to take that out of my tie. I mean, who doesn't put, the chain for the dog and chain dog? Put that in your pants.
That's what I would do. Makes sense to me.
I just forgot.
You raise a good point, Mr. Sweeney, about that loaded elbow pad of Shirley. There's been a lot of speculation behind it over the past several months of him adjusting it, readjusting it before pretty much knocking his opponents out with it. And Shirley, though, it does have some of the hardest hitting strikes in the business, but still, it seems that he's having a little extra advantage lately thanks to that elbow pad.
Ooh.
And there we see a good example right there. Forearm shots by Shirley, though. Not sure if they're on the level or not, but a duck of the clothesline by Reyes, and Reyes quick to try to take out the vertical base of the former two-time champion. Back kick takes down Shirley Doe.
Smart wrestling to the ropes, making. What did this ref check Ricky Reyes for?
I'm sure he did, and Doe distracting Reyes with such complaints, and now Shirley Doe taking advantage. Certainly, you're not going to find many men around tougher than Reyes and Doe. And we're going to see that firsthand in this match. It's very similar to Loki and John McChesney, where neither of these guys are going to quit, neither of these guys are going to back down. You got to beat the other individual into oblivion.
That's the truth. Ricky Reyes is such a tough guy, but then Shirley Doe just tried and tested so many years in the wrestling business. I beat Ricky Reyes, though.
Did you?
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
Right there, Rick.
Oh, he beat you as well, and he also
I beat him.
You beat him?
Yeah.
He also had some rather disparaging remarks about your attire and physique earlier, but we won't get into that right now.
Really?
Wait a minute.
Say about my attire, my physique?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with being the most flamboyantly masculine individual?
I just
a lot of people don't know about bringing color back to the ring. I mean, I've been very impressed with your attire.
Will you stop talking amongst yourselves?
I appreciate that, Maverick. I really do. I don't think that many people appreciate the fact that is
Joe said shoulder first.
The truest expression.
I'm going to have both of you taken out.
See, Joe, for instance, Joe could use a makeover, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dombrowski's wearing a shirt I think he bought at the second-hand store and inherited from his dad.
In 1973.
Reyes with sharp kicks to Shirley Doe. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. Title on the line.
That's right. I said it.
Reyes parries a knee and now focusing on the arm of Shirley Doe.
I'm glad you're calling the match, Joe.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I mean, all this yammering that you do back and forth.
It seems that Reyes is focusing on that arm of Shirley Doe that contains that loaded elbow pad. Perhaps Reyes is smart to Doe's strategy, or smart to some sort of chicanery going on.
There you go. And Ricky Reyes with some very smart wrestling here.
What, Reyes going for an armbar.
Disable that. Ooh, wow, look at that.
What I believe he's doing is, I believe he's trying to disable that loaded elbow pad.
There you go.
I mean, like, I just figured that out just now on my own.
And Reyes had a tough time grasping his arm around the arm of Doe. Certainly there's something in there that doesn't need to be in there, gentlemen.
Well, we just said it. We believe it to be a loaded elbow pad.
Your contributions to commentary on this DVD.
Lateral press. Only a count of one, I believe.
I believe that was an 8 count, as in down for an 8 out of 10 count, but struggling up to the ropes. Boom, good to go again.
You're your own biggest fan, aren't you? You just love it.
I have a good time with you, Dombrowski. I really do. True. Didn't feel like a soft pretzel tonight.
Maybe one day I can say the same. Reyes hammering away. Forearms mid-ring.
I tried soft pretzel. No mustard.
Reyes sends Doe down. I apologize.
Very tasty.
Have you had one, Joe?
I'm gonna institute a rule after this match. One guest per match. That's it.
Okay, here we go. Reyes. Oh, beautiful counter there by Shirley Doe.
Sit out spine buster for 2. Doe, almost the 3-time heavyweight champion right there. And you gotta wonder if the rest of the Unholy Alliance is waiting in the wings. We saw Hentai and Dark ruin the low-key McChesney match.
You gotta wonder. You know they're waiting in the wings. You don't wonder. You know exactly where they are. You know they're right here.
The odds are they're going to get involved before this DVD ends. But let's at least bring out that slim bit of hope that they're not going to influence the ending of this match. And Doe just buries the elbow right into Reyes' back. Again, that loaded elbow pad, or at least that's what the heavy speculation is. And that's got to attest to a lot of the pain that Ricky Reyes is in right now. Reyes out, however, able to sweep the legs. Sharpshooter attempt here.
Perhaps a Scorpion Deathlock.
Well, certainly true. He gets it by any name, it's painful, and it's cinched on to the challenger. Doe inching towards the ropes. Referee forcing a break. Keep in mind, whoever is victorious in this matchup has to face the shooter Brent Albright next month. That's not something to look forward to.
Well, I mean, at least you'd have the belt.
Yeah, well, yes, that's very true.
Championship's a championship, Joe.
But the road will be very hard. And Larry Sweeney knows all about wrestling Brent Albright. Are you still paying attention? That was the time when you're supposed to talk, and you didn't. Come on.
Now look at that. Look at that takedown on the floor right there. Reyes stopping at nothing to hold on to that title belt. Taking Doe down on the floor. That's got to hurt.
I'm glad you're here to do play-by-play, Larry, because, you know, sometimes certain people, you know, ignore the action in the ring.
Yeah, I know. Dombrowski's thinking about his Matchbox collection at home. And meanwhile, we've got a very important title match going on.
Doe was able to use the ring post and then later the edge of the ring apron to his advantage and continue to focus on the back of Ricky Reyes. Doe was either found or created a weak point on Reyes' anatomy and is certainly exploiting it like all smart champions do. Doe, the veteran of nearly 12 years, certainly knows how to exploit that pain, but it gets a 2 count. Reyes able to kick out. So hard to keep Reyes down for 3. Much like low key, no quit in him and such a high pain threshold. Doe continuing to try to wear it down. The Havana Pitbull stretching away at the neck and shoulder region. Bobby Williams right there looking for a submission, but he's not going to get it. Going to do a lot of damage up there, but much like low-key, Reyes will not let you know it. Vertical suplex. Nice bit of technique from Shirley Doe. He can wrestle when he wants to. 2 count, that's all he's going to get.
One of the great things about Doe, let me rephrase. The one great thing about Doe is that, you know, he can wrestle, he can fight, he can brawl.
Backbreaker by Doe. Very proud of himself.
He knows a lot of ways to beat a man.
And we apologize for that. Shirley Doe berating our loyal ringside fans and going for another backbreaker, drives him down hard.
That's the sound of a man's back breaking.
That very well may be true.
However, cannot underestimate Reyes, gets a count of 2. And back to the outside. Reyes goes. This is where Shirley Doe feels most at home, on the outside. A lot of metal and concrete at his disposal.
You know, all I like to do is sometimes just throw your opponent out there when you've got the advantage in the match. Just get back in the ring, pull up your pants, just enjoy your time a little bit, catch your breath. Now Doe is more aggressive, and they're taking it right back out here by the commentary booth. Wait a minute.
Look out, Reyes, able to block it, counters. Now Reyes firing away with these forearm shots.
No giving.
Very
that
smart
wall.
by Doe.
Oh no. Oh! Side rushing leg sweep into the wall, and you can hear the impact. You can hear the...
More wrestling moves, I love it.
Well, Doe wants to pride himself on out-wrestling Reyes, obviously, and you can hear the spine of Reyes crack against the back of the Court Time Sports Center wall. More hard
right here.
shots.
Baby, how you doing? Thanks for the shot.
Hey.
Well,
Shirley Doe, join us at commentary.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to speculate as to your relationship with Shirley Doe, Mr. Sweeney, but be that as it may, Doe is in firm control of the IWC champion. Goes for the cover. 2-0, Reyes. No quit in him.
Kind of a cocky pin there, not even bothering to hook the leg. I mean, how much can Reyes have left? He just got slammed into a brick wall.
Exactly right. And an elbow again with that presumably loaded pad into the back area. Doe has been relentless on the back of Reyes, but the amount of pain Reyes is in is not in line with the amount of punishment he's received throughout this match. Doe certainly seems to be having some unfair advantages.
All right. Big elbow and a miss.
And whatever's in that pad just went right back into Doe's body and a crossface. Reyes stretching away at Doe's body. Is Doe gonna tap out? Doe able to get the foot onto the bottom rope. Ring positioning by the veteran. The hold is broken.
I'm going to point out that Shirley Doe chose not to crawl forward, instead crawling backwards, because he doesn't need to reach the ropes with his hands. He knew that his feet were that close.
Very true.
Good ring positioning, a sign of any veteran.
And Doe continues to exploit the back of Ricky Reyes. A lot bigger target than an arm or a knee. Certainly if your back is injured, it affects the mobility of your entire body.
Affects your ability to walk ever again.
Camel clutch. Shades of your good friend, Mr. Sweeney.
He's gonna break his back. He's gonna make him humble, and he's gonna F his egg.
Okay.
Well, I actually thought the Sheik was here for a moment.
Scared me for a minute.
Yeah, I could tell because I saw all the hairs on your head raise up.
Doe goes for the cover. Certainly, not going to get a submission from Reyes, but you're going to wear him down significantly.
And she could get a submission out of Reyes.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Whoa!
Maybe 20 years ago, but Reyes drops down on that elbow pad. Again, whatever's inside, right onto Doe's body, right into Doe's elbow, and Reyes with an overhead suplex takes him down. And now Reyes has his opportunity to come back here. Referee Williams with the 10 count. Whoever gets up first will have the decided advantage. About even so far. Doe is able to strike first, but Reyes coming right back. Another shot by Doe. Running shot by Reyes. Both men going forearm for forearm, not budging at Reyes. A step ahead of the game, connects with a kick to the head. Second time, but Doe now one step ahead, and again with that tainted elbow down into the back.
We call that going to the well too many times.
Very true.
There you go.
What is Shirley Doe doing? He's got some kind of foreign object. I believe it was in his wrist tape. Something heavily taped to disguise itself. Look out. Oh, I went to drive that to the head, but Reyes countered. And the referee, Reyes has 3. Reyes.
1, 2,
Williams
3,
getting rid of the object.
4,
Reyes
5,
had this match
6.
won now.
About a 6 count there.
Exactly. And that foreign object, even though Doe didn't get a chance to use it, distracted the referee enough to keep Doe in this match. Drops him down again. Crossface one more time. Pressure's on for the challenger again. Will Doe tap out? Will Doe relinquish his dreams of having the power and prestige of being a 3-time champion?
It's crawling forward this time.
Doe defeated everybody in his path when he was champion. Eddie Kingston, Tracy Smothers, Balls Mahoney, the Sandman, Steve Carino. Longest reigning champion of all time, but
Shima Zion. He beat Shima Zion.
Right. You weren't happy about that until tonight.
You know, yesterday's news.
Reyes sent back into the corner.
Joe, if I could jump in here for a second, I thought I would bring this over to you so you can enlighten the fans. Take a look at a metal object like this. I'm sure something Sweeney and Maverick probably have a stockpile of them in their bag.
Liar! No,
Liar!
we have
How dare
nothing
you?
like that. I've never seen anything like that before in my
A
life.
piece of metal wrapped in tape, and I'm going to take care of this. I see you two eyeing it up already.
No, let me take a look at it. Just let me see how it's made because
Wait, whoa.
You know, if I hold on.
Shut up. Referee Williams down. Reyes on the recipient of a low blow, and Sebastian Dark and Hentai out here again.
Well, he's going to put it back in the turnbuckle, which is where it came from, I believe. That's some piece of the turnbuckle.
Wait a second. Wait. Low-key McChesney out for blood, out for revenge on Dark and Hentai, and Doe adjusting that elbow pad again. Doe's got an object in there. Oh God, low-key laying into Dark with chops. Hentai and McChesney on the outside. Brawl continuing throughout this building. Mino in the ring.
Low-key just killed Sebastian Dark. I just want to update you. I don't know if the camera's got that.
Doe has that elbow pad loaded. But Reyes, Dragon Sleeper, body scissors. It's over just like that.
Your winner by submission and still IWC Champion,
Reyes victorious despite the unholy alliance, despite the loaded elbow pad. The Havana Pitbull still IWC Heavyweight Champion.
And fabulous John McChesney and Low-Key on the same page for once.
Bonded by the common enemy of the unholy alliance, bonded by the common goal of having that one last match against each other. What a win for Reyes. The belt does not go back in the hands of the unholy alliance. I gotta say, I'm very happy to see that. Fantastic night it's been, gentlemen. Final thoughts?
Not really. You know, I'm thinking maybe I'll go out, have a drink with some fine women, enjoy some DVDs, perhaps a IWC Wrestling DVD from our fine friends at Digital Horizons.
At dhvideos.com.
That's right.
Sweeney, anything you'd like to add?
12 Lords, brother.
And on that note, we thank you for joining us at a call to arms. 3, Reyes, Low-Key, and McChesney united against the unholy alliance. Will there be repercussions? You gotta believe there will be, as the IWC Unholy Alliance 4 enters a new calendar year and a new beginning.
That's right. Can I do and this is Chris Maverick for Joe Dombrowski and Larry Sweeney wishing you a good night.
Man, I already ended the show.